I'm just gonna wait to see if everybody can actually hear us. Oh, there we go. Welcome. Oh, I can't hear LD, but she's muted, so that's on purpose. Welcome for Red for Uncaged! Yay! We quickly had to figure out again how this whole streaming thing works, and then you're gonna watch us try and figure out how this whole D&D thing works. It's gonna be fine. We'll quickly go around. I already can't talk. It's gonna be beautiful. Already, people can quickly say who they are and who they're playing, and then we're gonna have a recap, and then we're gonna get going. Because they sort of kind of found a plot last week, but also not really, and they have subplots, and the world is kind of ending. Swapper, start with you.
Excuse me, what was that last one?
What?
Nothing. Hello, people of the internet. I hope this is working. I'm Swapper and I'm playing Kai today, who is an angry werewolf druid.
Fair. Accurate. Wild.
Yes, hello, I'm Wild, and I am playing Welby, who is a halfling warlock who, if I remember correctly, never creates problems for the group ever. So yeah, that's a thing.
He's the very picture of innocence and reason. Graham.
Hello everyone, I'm Graham, and I play Samander, Tenant, the half-elf, high-elf cleric of Amontor, sorry.
Look at you learning
new
about
god,
your religion!
Yeah, new god.
New god, who this?
New god, who this? The light cleric, who is currently going to a library.
Also accurate. Speaking of libraries, Lady Dame.
Hi, I'm Lady Dame. I play Pris, the sweetest Disney princess of a tiefling ever, who has definitely dragged all of her friends to the library. Will she leave? That's, I don't know. Probably not.
I'm gonna bury you in a pile of books and never see you again.
Yes, correct. I can't remember why we went to the library. I'm sure I was researching something very important at the time.
Sure.
But I believe... Oh, you have your introduction to do, though.
I mean, my name is Anik, and I'll be playing everyone you're not playing. So there you go. Now you can go right on with the recap.
With the recap that I am doing, because I absolutely remember what happened 2 weeks ago, which was like, 2 weeks ago in real life. But so we're in this amazing town called Wavecrest that is perfect and wonderful, full of bars and shopping and things to see and things to do. We ran some errands and earned some money, I believe, which we may or may not have spent already. I can't remember. Some of us did. And Sam found yet another thing picked up another job while we're here, because we figured, now is a good time to earn money before we head on our way again. They need some help at a bar called the Knight's Error, which we went to go visit, but they told us to come back later in the evening. It seemed rather sketchy, and because it seemed to be like a nighttime only bar that catered to patrons who exclusively hung out at night. Which, now, here's the thing. I've read a lot in my time being a librarian and all. And I'm like, and so my thought is that perhaps they may or may not be vampires. They just, like, all of the clues point to maybe vampires. Granted, my knowledge of vampires tends towards the more, like,
I mean, there's a lot of bias in your assumption, is what I'm saying.
Well, yeah. I mean, they might not be.
There you go.
I'm sure they're perfectly
reasonable doubt is all we needed.
Yeah. No, it might be. They are perfectly nice and people who have late night circadian rhythms, which I know nothing about. So in the meantime, I dragged everybody to the library. Oh, because we wanted to, I think we're researching vampires also. I can't remember if there was anything else that we wanted to research while we were here, because it's been a minute. But I know that also...
I think maybe you were also looking into werewolves with party hats.
That's right.
Fae courts?
Yes, the Fae courts and the werewolves with party hats that are
and
coming
a few
from
other
a
things. You had a fair list.
I did.
I didn't write down your entire list.
That's okay. I didn't either, apparently. So, or I did and I can't find it. One of the two things have happened. Oh yeah, we learned a little bit about the werewolves that are from another town that we saw running through the woods, and that seemed questionable too. Or they seemed like perfectly fine. And again, it's been 2 weeks and I can't remember. But anyway, that's what I remember happened 2 weeks ago, or
Close enough.
10 minutes ago in game time.
Yes, like Pris is having that moment where you walk through a doorway and suddenly you forget why you were entering that room.
I do it all the time.
You step into the library and you are shocked and astounded by the
I
amount of books
was.
here. You completely forgot
Yep,
why you came
I
in
got-
here again.
exactly. I mean, books have that effect on me. So that is actually probably what happened.
It's a little overwhelming.
Mhm.
There was a version of the collective here, and they're being incredibly helpful. So where do you want to go?
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, there was something about.
I have no idea about Elder Gods. I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, I do
There was a temple
vaguely
that was made out of
remember.
tentacles.
That's right.
Look, the doors that do not enter, okay?
Was
Oh
that
yeah. They said one way we could deal with Blue Tongue was to talk to the Elder Gods, and y'all didn't let Welby go and talk to the Elder Gods. Why not?
Is it bad that I actually want to see this?
I mean, Welby is welcome to make whatever Welby deals Welby wants to make.
right? Yeah, there was a lot of stuff that we wanted to sort of look at. I think let's narrow it down to research about vampires, research about I think the Elder Gods was a good one, and the werewolves, I wanted to look up the history of the werewolves in this town and in the next, where the town that they came from, like sort of Wavecrest version of microfiches and newspaper clippings.
Sure, magic microfiches.
Right.
Okay, so you're at this beautiful library. Sam came with you. I actually think you all went together since you're waiting for nightfall, or rather, what was it, midnight they told you? I don't even remember. There is a big signpost in the center of the library that tells you where certain types of books can be found. Again, there's the everlasting question: if you're going to research vampires, are you going children's section? Are you going mythology? Are you going anthropology? Are you going for planar expeditions and that sort of thing? I mean, there's no convenient vampires for dummies. Read these two shelves.
I do actually have notes about the one thing I did take notes on was actually like how like things that I need to think about as far as help and cost of research. So yeah. I did actually write that down.
Proud of you.
I know, thank you. I feel like Pris would have probably read about a lot of the like children's stories about vampires back in, I imagine that she kept stuff like that in her library back at home. So I think she would go for the things that she wouldn't necessarily have found, which are more anthropological stuff about vampires.
So undead for dummies, basically.
Yeah.
Okay.
How much known habits?
How much time are you spending looking for this?
I think on the vampires, I feel like probably not more than an hour.
Okay. And are you paying a small fee for assistance in your research by a library attendant?
I probably would. Yes.
Yes. Are we hiring an intern, or are we hiring a more of a professor level?
This is a really big library.
Yes. The other option is if you want a more permanent assistant for as far as research in libraries and writing goes. There is an option to go to the gift shop and purchase a library familiar. They're called page
Oh,
finders.
oh, I mean, yes. That sounds incredibly useful.
They're basically cute little moths.
Hmm?
They start their lives as literal bookworms.
Oh my god.
And when you find something that you want to like take notes on, a page finder can copy a page for you. And if it is bound to a book you are trying to research, it has an ability called index. And if it has bound to a book, it can instantly find and flip to any desired information on any of its bound pages.
Oh my goodness. I never
I
knew
will
that
point
such
out
a
you're not
thing
allowed to
existed.
bind them to library books because it involves grafting the pages to its wings.
That's okay.
But you can get it on books you own.
That sounds incredibly useful. And also, I mean, when you. How much are we talking for one of them?
Breathe, Briss, breathe.
No.
They're 150 gold pieces.
I think I can do that with the. Oh, no, I can't. Wait. I don't remember if I actually included what we got from our various and sundry tasks or not, and what I've spent it on. Oh dear.
Yeah. Plus, Samander gave you all, I think it was like 40 gold each last episode from selling the Mimic,
Right.
and then paid the entire cost of Kai's endeavor.
Yeah. Which is also work in progress, but at
Yeah.
least it's paid for.
Yeah, because I know that Samander currently has 400 gold he's sitting on.
Well, to be fair though, last time you left the town with cheaply adopting a pseudo dragon, whereas Pris left that town with 300 gold worth of smut.
I did. It's
Yep.
true. Something about 120 gold pieces of gems, but I can't remember if that was split between all of us or if that was each. I think. I don't know how much money I have, y'all.
I can just picture this happening real time while you're like in this gift shop, feeling in your scarf, checking your pockets, turning your spare clothing inside out, while Kai, Sam, and Welby just sort of stand there and
Can I
watch
just
it
make a
happen.
habit out of this and purchase the whole damn thing to give it to Pris?
I mean,
Because I've
why
got
change the
500
winning
something
setup?
gold pieces, which I'm not using.
I think I can picture Kai getting fed up with watching this happen
Absolutely.
and just sort of going,
Yeah. They're just palming the gold and just slap it on the table. There you go.
you can select your page finder. There are a number of them fluttering around. They are carefully being fed books, basically, strictly curated. It's mainly the big things are like color options, but you can also tell that their wing color depends on the most recent book that got grafted onto them. Like one of them is there's this riot of colors because it just absorbed a graphic novel.
Oh.
Is it looking a bit drunk?
It is a little woozy looking.
Yeah. Oh gosh, is there... I think I would like one that has, like, sort of purpley colors. Maybe like a light to dark purple with some blues in it. Perhaps because the prose was a little purple.
So more like the body purple, regardless of what the wing colors are. Yeah, you can get one of those.
Mm-hmm.
dogs are attempting to enter the library.
Yes.
It's probably after all the cats that are following Sam into the library.
I mean, what does it sound like when 15 cats run into 5 dogs? But yes, you can get a sort of dark purplish one. The wings are currently very white. It's bound to a very new book. But it's all yours. You can name it if you want. I will send you the stat block.
I'm so excited.
Pets for everybody.
Yay!
Out of interest, are these beasts?
Monstrosities.
Ah, goddammit.
Tiny, tiny monstrosities.
Tiny monstrosity.
Would like to talk to a book. Oh my god!
Hello. I
Yeah.
think
I lost the formatting, but its stat block is in the chat to you.
I'm gonna. Oh, it's so cute and precious, and I love it.
It
I'm
sort
going
of
to
flutters
name it-
around you. Oh, you're gonna feed this poor thing so much smut.
I don't know what you're talking about. No, of course not. Why would I do that? That seems not at all useful. I'm going to name it. I'm going to name it. Let's.
Welby Jr.
We'll do. We'll call it calligraphy.
Calligraphy.
Yep.
Uh,
Callie for short.
Adorable.
Yep.
All right, you have Callie. Once again, Kai buys people pets. Slowly
Which is really the
growing-
druid thing to do.
Yeah, slowly growing the Wallaho menagerie.
Mm-hmm.
Welby, you're next.
Kai, thank you so much.
Going to
Oh,
buy you a
no.
I
wolf.
just put it on my shoulder.
Yeah, right,
Kelly.
just don't get distracted. We're here to research it, right?
Right. Well, yes, and this is going to be very useful for the research that we're going to do, because then we can take notes and it'll be great.
What other things do they have in this library gift shop?
There are little magical construct piggy banks
Cool.
for like the children to, stimulate good financial habits in a city that is mainly built on terrifying inns and, pubs.
And bad financial habits.
Yeah, well, so you have a tiny construct piggy bank. There's sort of a big glass. I don't know what the English word is when it's like a glass case, but it's like a dome. We call it a stolp. Well, let's call it a dome. There's a tiny little sort of elemental being hovering inside that just says predict the weather. It literally just says whether or not.
Oh my gosh. Wait, can we already predict the weather?
I don't know, can you?
I know druids can, but I don't think I ever has.
They can.
Can you?
They can do a lot of things.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's druidcraft. Yeah, it predicts the
Oh.
weather.
Oh yeah, yeah, they can.
To be fair though, this is cuter than Kai. I know Sam might disagree, but with recent events, I wouldn't presume. But it's
But also-
objectively cuter than Kai.
But what would
Fuck
happen
you,
if
I
I
can
threw it
become a
and
lizard.
broke it? Would the elemental just go savage on whatever?
You
Would
have no
release
idea.
the weather.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just a tiny elemental. Why would you hurt it?
I mean, because it's gonna hurt something more, maybe. I don't know. No, oh gosh, I want to spend money on it, but not on that. I'm saving up.
You're saving up.
Saving up for plate armor.
I will survive Uncaged if it's the last thing I do.
I gotta get my AC above 15 somehow.
I don't know what the rest of your financial status is, but if you have a lot of money left over, you can get another tiny monstrosity called a songbird, but they're very expensive. But they can give birdic inspiration dice.
No, at some point, I should consider getting studded leather armor or any kind of armor, really.
Yeah,
Ah,
really.
you're
I mean,
fine.
you know, we really never invested in ourselves. We just invested in our hobbies.
Ow! I did not come here to be attacked!
Pris, while you're looking for books on those, I'm going to look for a book as well on my own time. A book on Amontour. Because I got this pamphlet
Bless
that
you.
is like religion for dummies.
Yep.
But I need a little bit more. So if you cross paths in the theology section, let me know. And I'm gonna.
I mean, Undead
start
for
looking.
Dummies is related to the theology section.
Mhm.
They're both a floor under Planes for Dummies as well.
Okay, so I will, I guess, assist Pris in whatever search for books. I guess would be. Sam is also searching for books.
Okay.
The same. I think Welby's gonna look for a book on the fake words.
Okay. We'll start with Pris because you
Okay.
get to roll a research check,
Beautiful.
which is
Can I guidance?
sure. I mean, I'm already mashing
useful.
3 systems together. Why not? Why not add magic?
Yep.
I can't even read very well. That's literally the only thing
No,
I
you're
can
just you're
do.
helping other people read better.
Mm.
Let me pull up my library stat block because of course I did. Okay.
Roll initiative.
You're looking for regular, old, general vampires and their natural life cycle, etc.
Yes, exactly. Vulnerable.
Okay. Roll me. Do you have like knowledge, history, and stuff?
That's an excellent question. I actually have proficiency in history, and I mean, I'm a bard, so I'm good at everything, but also
That's fair.
investigation. I'm not proficient. I'm not an expert in investigation, but I do have proficiency in it. Investigation.
So you can pick if you want history or investigation,
Let's do history,
and then you have guidance from Kai.
which is a D4.
Yeah. I'll give you a +1 because Sam is helping you.
Yay.
And then, are you using your page finder, and if so, how?
Okay, that's an excellent question. I haven't looked at the stat.
It doesn't really have any abilities to help you find a book. It's more for once you have the book, you can find things in the book.
I feel like I'm pretty. As long as it's organized well, I should be able to find what I'm looking for pretty okay, or at least.
The library is excellently organized. You see people putting back returned books, and even just scanning shelves to make sure nothing got moved around by accident.
Mhm.
They're very
Mhm,
proactive. You also get the feeling that if you do put a book back in the wrong place, there might be a problem.
I remember the collective from other cities, and they're not always the nicest, so I wouldn't want to mess with them too much.
Niceness is
They run
overrated. The
they
system must function.
they run a tight ship here on the collective.
We appreciate efficiency.
Okay, so rolling.
That's either really good or really bad.
So, let's see. Well, 27 plus 4 is 31, plus 1 from helping Sam, which puts us at a 32.
Nice.
Yep.
So vampires are known to be shape changers, provided they are not in sunlight or running water. They can become either a tiny bat or a medium cloud or mist, or back to its true form. It can actually fly when it's a bat, much to the chagrin of many people. Mist form is really something they use to sneak around and or escape by the time someone's nearly murdered them, because it makes them immune to all non-magical damage. They have legendary resistances 3 times a day. They regenerate a lot of hit points when people are trying to kill them and they're not in sunlight or running water. Holy water and radiant damage help suppress the regeneration. You used to have like a children's book about vampires, and you were never sure if it was really true, but they can in fact climb surfaces, including hanging upside down from ceilings.
Hmm.
They can't enter a residence without an invitation from one of the occupants. Interestingly enough, if you stake them in the heart, they don't die. They simply become incapacitated. So you can stake them and then you can kill them. They're also hella charming, which is why they feature heavily in a lot of smut.
Mm-hmm. That checks out.
Especially the more questionable smut, because they're just regular charming, but they're also magical charming. And if they feel lonely or bored, they can summon bats or rats, basically. They have legendary actions, lots of attacks. They tend to live like one head vampire with like a harem of others, vampires or otherwise. They tend to live very long, don't necessarily care about, being good people. Just in general, that doesn't seem to, like, morality doesn't really concern them. That's really more something mortals do. They are classified as undead. Like, they're not necessarily all evil, but in general, they lean a little hedonistic.
Okay.
They dress fabulously in general.
Lots of pros and cons to being a vampire, really.
It's true. They do drink blood, by the way, but that's like on page 1. Yes, they drink blood.
Mm-hmm. Excellent. I think this just confirms that we don't want to, if they are vampires at the Knight's Terror, which they might not be, might be perfectly nice. And some vampire, just because they don't have a morality doesn't mean that they are not capable of being perfectly nice creatures or undead or whatever. That we may not want to go up against them, although if we do, Sam has the best defenses against it, just because this whole like new relationship with the god thing, which is interesting. And then I think
the whole garlic thing is nonsense, and so is silver. They don't give a shit.
Right.
So should I go out in the woods and get like a whole bunch of sticks?
Speak the druid.
It wouldn't hurt.
Right.
I'm just gonna grab a book while you talk.
I needed to go out in the woods anyway to grab a whole bunch of sticks, so guess more sticks. I have no idea what my accent is like anymore. Oh, hello.
The werewolf is going to go fetch the sticks.
Yes.
Alright, go and fuck yourself.
Who's a good boy? Go fetch!
I'm glad one of us did the joke.
I hate that you're right. More than anything else.
Maybe.
Do they need to be any special sticks, or do you just, they make a stabbing motion with their hand?
It's probably better if you're proficient with stabbing people with sticks, I guess, or if that's something you're good at.
Okay, you're gonna laugh, but I do think I actually can do that.
That wouldn't surprise me, actually.
Yeah, I'll
You're
forget.
very resourceful, Kai.
Thanks.
Yeah.
What? If you didn't need me, I'm gonna go grab a bunch of sticks by.
Okay.
Beautiful.
Wait, I thought the entire reason we all came to the library was so we didn't split up.
Oh shit, we're doing it again.
Yep,
Yeah.
it's fine. I expected
I will say that out
nothing less
loud.
or more.
Alright, yes.
It's
Alright,
fine.
Let me
Go
get
into
my
this
sandwich.
alone.
I was under the impression that we weren't splitting up. That seems to me why we all came here in the first place.
Right. Yeah. Right.
Because everything terrible happens exactly when we split up.
Yes.
Yeah,
it's
no,
true.
you're right.
That's pretty consistent. That's been pretty much true the entire time.
Guess I'll sit here and look at books again. Yep.
I'm sure we can find some nice, like,
If you say picture books, I am going to do something.
They're called graphic novels, asshole.
Oh,
You
shut
from,
up,
like, 2
pretentious
from 2
prick.
floors behind.
I've been talking to this
there's
guy
some
the other
really good
the whole
stories
time.
in the graphic novels. They do excellent storytelling, and the artwork is really phenomenal. I highly recommend.
You could help me find a book on those, on the Feywild and on the God, Montour. That might help. Like, I mean, if you want to, you
Yeah,
don't really
no,
have
sure.
to.
Yeah. I can.
I mean, it was a stupid idea, and I'm gonna scurry
Why
off
was
and
it-
go look.
I mean, books are made from wood, and I don't know if you could make those into sticks, though.
Kai turns to Crimson and Welby, looks utterly confused. First of all, I don't think you can make books into sticks. Second of all, what was that?
What do you mean?
I'm gonna go and look for books. I think. Should I?
I mean, maybe it's not a bad idea to help Sam.
Okay.
It's easier when there's more than one person.
Right. Good. They wander off into the completely wrong section, and then make a turn and wander off into the right one.
Alright. So who's looking for what right now? And who's helping who?
I'm looking for books on my God and the Feywild.
Alright. Roll me an investigation check.
I'm helping.
Sure. How are you helping? Describe the delicious awkwardness.
I mean, Sam already told Kai what he needed, so I believe Kai would just kind of go down the... Is it still an aisle? I don't know, bookshelf rows, and search for books that somewhat mention the things needed on the title or in the, blurb, and just stack them where Sam can find them.
So every time you try to put a book aside for Sam, you see someone from the collective come and reshelve it.
I wanted to read those later.
Books gathered for further research must be in a basket.
Oh, the fucking... Get a basket. Then put them in the basket.
Perfect. Sam, what did you get?
That's a 16. Unless I get a bonus for Kai or anything like that. I didn't roll with advantage. I just rolled.
I'll give you a
flat.
+1 for Kai after they got a basket for
Okay,
the
17 then.
helping. 17. Well, the easiest to find is the treatise on the god Amantur. He is pretty well, he's not some backwater god. He's pretty well known. He has a large group of followers. So you can find some of his myths that were written about him, making him sound very heroic, but also kind of a dick. Because, gods. You find treatises on how he likes to be worshipped, some of his ideals, and you find in sort of like an in-group text, you find little blurbs on how in previous times people who really exemplified his ideals would find themselves not just with clerical powers, but with just other forms of favor as well. He does look after his followers, basically. He doesn't randomly ditch you, but you do need to work a bit for it. There's no coddling.
That's fair.
You do
How
the
does
work,
he
you
like?
get the goodies.
How do they like to be worshipped? Is it? I believe. Maybe you sent me something earlier.
I did. I
a
sent you
while
something
back.
like I sent you something like a month ago.
Yeah. Praying at like sunrise and sunset. I think it was.
Yeah, those are good times for him. Also, he's generally described as a him and depicted as a him, but in general, they're not hung up on gender. There's also depictions of him as a female, or fortunately, not a big fan of shifting into animals and getting around. So at least there's that. That's really more certain other gods who have a penchant for this.
Us.
But in general, like praying at dawn and sunset is already sort of a cleric thing. If you're not particularly pious, you can even get away with like nodding in the direction of the sun at dawn if you want to like begrudgingly say hello.
So Sam looking at the sunrise and saying, "Today's gonna be a good day."
Counted every single time. I kept track.
Oh gosh.
The main thing is to live an honorable life and try to do good. He's very interested in your intentions, even if you occasionally stuff things up. He thinks family is quite important, so messaging your mom's bonus points.
Yeah, I think I wasted all my level 3 slots today already sending them.
But also, there is like a battle element to it, like carrying out punishment on a fugitive from justice, or exacting vengeance for a significant wrong done to you. Or if you want to get a little more blood, sweat, and tearsy, restoring or building a small temple. Or a large one if you want like long-term plans.
Okay. I make a note of that in my journal.
Okay.
And I will put it back on the shelf.
All right.
I found it. That's a large stack of books.
Well, some of the books Kai is carrying also have purple grass and weird mushrooms on the cover, and they're about fey creatures.
Oh, I'll give them a read. Or at least I'll, peruse them very quickly.
If you don't
Okay.
want a book, you can just put it beside the basket.
Oh, okay.
Don't ask.
I won't. I won't ask. Yep. Nope. That's fine. I'll pick up the top book and open it. Like it is a very awkward motion. It is like Sam being like, "Thanks."
Thank you for helping me. Roll investigation. See how well Sam and Kai are.
It's a 11 if I don't get the +1.
I'll give you the +1. I mean, Kai was guided by a well-sorted library and pictures.
Then a 12.
A 12. Yeah, this is more of a literal fairy tale book and less accurate descriptions, you get the feeling.
Okay. Well, I set that on the ground.
You hear it tusking behind you as a collective comes to gather the book. Books that are not to be checked out or used for research are to be returned to its correct location.
How many cats are around me right
Continuing
now?
to make a mess of the library will result in a fine, followed by bodily harm.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Oh, I didn't know that. You
You
didn't say
have
that
already
first
been
time.
warned.
I wasn't
We are
really.
aware
You
of
just
you.
right.
Well, I put that one on the ground. I'm sorry. I won't do it again.
They're not actually squirrels.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Speculation on the nature of our squirrelhood are not appreciated. Please continue your research or vacate the library.
I pick up the second book. It's like, I'm sure they don't talk to you if you're busy reading. I'm sure they There's gotta be
As
some
soon as you
rule.
pick up the book and actually start reading, the scroll wanders off with that book you just put down.
Guys going to pretend to backseat read with Sam, kind of to get rid of the scroll, just
It's like-
anxiously glancing into its direction.
Yeah, it's like Jurassic Park rules. Like, if you aren't moving, they can't see
Can't
you.
see you.
If you're reading, they can't see you.
Roll
I can't
investigation.
read. Guidance,
Oh, well, thank you.
if that's a thing I can do. Because I now have literally nothing else to do.
Oh, I'm just reading Welby's fanfic in Twitch chat, and it's amazing.
Yep.
That's a 19 total. with the
19 total.
guidance.
Kai doesn't
So
lose
this
balance.
one is a little less about. It's not a story, and it's also not really about courts. It's more about types of creatures. With a lot of notations from the person who wrote this book, with a lot of unconfirmed, sounds excessive, probably not true. So you're not really quite sure, but it is the most comprehensive, at least list of creatures that are in the Feywild that you've seen so far.
Okay. Are there any noteworthy ones? And I think I would look for an entry that, if there's anything that resembles the tree that our original Dryad pal had been in, and if there were any, recorded things of like, oh yeah, crazy Dryad with a tree. These have happened before and aren't one-time things. Or if there are any entries on like Blue Tongue or creatures that are specifically from Blue Tongue's court. Or, trickster spirits, things to avoid.
Okay, so if you're looking for trickster spirits, the consensus is that the Feywild is full of tricking assholes.
Yeah.
For as far as dryads go, it's the main thing about dryads is they're kind of like a special case in that they can sort of choose if they want to live in the Feywild or in the Prime Material Plane. But even the ones in the Prime Material Plane can still be beholden to a Fey court. And even a dryad in the Feywild can be like not part of a court, but only stick to like her plot of land. So it's always difficult to like suss out the allegiance of dryads. And on a similar level, nymphs are. It's just there's no telling who or what they're part of. As far as for going crazy, not entirely uncommon. Something about being incredibly long-lived without a lot of freedom.
Would there be anything on how to can you transplant their tree without killing them?
It doesn't there's rumors you can, but there's no noted successes.
Okay.
As far
that's all I
as
was
you don't read anything about Blue Tongue. The closest you get is an entry on Noviere, who are blue fae.
Okay. Did someone say magic trees? Yeah, I did. Okay. On to the next book. How many books are there actually? I guess I should.
I mean, you're pretty much through what looks interesting from what Kai dragged along.
Okay.
I imagine there are just a lot of picture books about fake.
They're graphic novels.
Fuck yeah.
Sea Dryad run. Sea Dryad get stuck in tree.
Yeah.
Sea tree exists for millennia. Sea Dryad go mad.
I buy that book.
Okay.
Slowly, Kai's learning to read with these.
This is the most they have spent looking into a book.
At a book. Let's say at.
I mean, you were backseat reading this now. I'm sure you caught at least 2 words.
True.
Yeah. Okay. Are pseudo dragons native to the Feywild?
Roll me another investigation check.
Oh, I would love to. That's a.
Would
Four-
Kai like to guidance you?
Guidance. Permanent guidance.
Okay.
That's
Thanks.
what. So remind me? Is guidance touch?
It is.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
You're welcome, Chris.
That's a 7.
A 7. I mean, what
I'm
do you
pretty
mean?
sure they're dragons.
I mean, they're dragons, and
Yeah.
sometimes they're in the Feywild, and sometimes they aren't. You know.
They might actually be infernals. I'm not entirely certain.
They might not be real. You're getting a little worried.
Yeah. That's fair. Yeah, I
Okay.
guess, well, I've learned everything I need to.
Can you ask Sir Wilfred?
If he's
Um,
real, what do you think he's gonna say?
I know
Probably
Sir
no.
Wilfred's real.
Knowing Sir Wilfred.
Are you
I've
real?
learned
No.
I've learned that I can't appear weak in front of Sir Wilfred. They will capitalize on this, so I will not ask any questions.
Why can't you? What has
No,
he been doing since I purchased him?
They've had a phase. They've got the little hat now,
What, like a bonnet?
little sword. Yeah, it's a little scabbard. I think Sir Wilfred's with me right now, aren't they? Because they rejoined
Sir
us on our
Wilfred is
way.
currently checking out books on
Oh no.
basic guerrilla tactics, how to overthrow a government,
Yeah, your
the,
typical.
the art of war.
Yeah, down with the bourgeoisie.
Yep. Chucked in
God.
a Pet Shop Boys album. Chemical Romance.
Bernie
Yep.
Sanders or Bernigan Sandersian.
Yep.
So I've been meaning to ask. There's I mean, I can't read very well, but there's an alarming trend in what he's been selecting.
Yeah. Sir Wilfred decided that
Post-industrialist capitalism and how to
He-
change it.
thieves in the city were great
I-
role models.
I literally
And-
can't read half of the shit he's reading.
I mean, it's mostly war tactics, how to overthrow a government.
Wait, what?
I wouldn't worry about it.
Alright.
We were all teenagers once, right?
Few books by Jordanus Petersenus.
Gosh,
The Secret.
part of me is like, maybe we need to get this pseudo dragon some books that are like how to actually establish a functioning government after you've overthrown the government.
Do you want me
burn
to?
it all down first. Worry later.
Do you want me to?
Tear down.
Do you want me to glue him to the economy section?
Yeah. That might. Yeah. Sir Wilfred might listen to you better than they have been with me.
Are you sure about that?
I mean, yeah, you're kind
Alright,
of.
I don't give a shit about the government. Yeah, they might actually listen to me.
Yeah.
Gonna, I don't know, dig out the best rations I have and just hold them out temptingly in the economy section and wait for things to happen.
He's the thing that would probably concern you, or at least Samander, the most, is the fact that Sir Wilfred is on a table with a selection of books open around him, and a collection of squirrels listening to him attentively.
Oh no. What?
Yeah, I am gonna scoop Sir Wilfred up, and
Unhand me!
Sorry, show's over. Oh, it's a lot of unattended books here. I'll pick up the books.
yeah. We'll check out all these books.
We will.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
We will.
Very well. I will learn and wait until we are ready.
What the fuck have
Gosh.
you been talking
So my
to them
god
about?
literally said that I have to be that lawful is the way to be. Now I'm like, oh no, am I gonna have to put down Sir Wilfred? Is that correct course?
We're raising a delinquent.
The biggest threat to society right now is the
So
collection
Wilfred.
and Sir Wilfred.
I mean, you left Welby unattended. I just want to point this out.
Wilfred is not a danger to society, just to us.
Just to us, yeah. I assumed Welby was gonna
Did
go
you
to
say
the
Wilfred?
darkest corner of this library that just has like grimoires of like mad mages and warlocks that were written on the stars, and be like, I'm gonna read this book that says necronomic.
No, that's actually in the gift shop.
I'm just
Well,
gonna.
there is a cat version. It's called the Necronomicon. Sorry.
Well, I'm gonna get these
Yeah.
books to Pris and help with anything you do and deal with.
Yep, I've got it.
Okay.
I'll go find Welby.
Oh God! How
Yep,
does he do that?
I don't know. It's like Welby behaves just enough that you stop worrying for a split second, and in that split second, you don't know where he went. He's gone.
That sounds accurate, actually.
All right. Wilbur, Wilfred, and why did I say Wilbur?
I don't know either.
So we have
Name-
Wilfred, Wilbur. One day
You
I'm
just-
gonna manage to pronounce this fucking name.
In your head, you just hear him going, names aren't important, it's my deeds that people will remember me for.
What the fuck have you done?
I have learned. I have grown. I am preparing.
For what?
We will seize this means of production.
Like a tree or what?
We will return power to the mass. Oh god, you're so dumb. Yes!
Fuck you!
We're taking a tree. Do you want a tree?
Fuck you! I'm uneducated, not dumb.
This is true. You are right. We should educate the populace as well. Would you like to learn how to read?
My name's not Populous. He smokes at that one. They smoke at that one.
Sir Wilfred looks besiegingly at a nearby squirrel.
Fuck!
Wait, have we found our new weapon? Do we use the collective and Sir Wilfred as the proxy to send these immortal beings at our...
Oh god, blue tongue taken down by a squirrel
Just-
collective.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, like in Marvel, Squirrel Girl is the most popular and strongest.
Right.
Adorable.
I assume about a half an hour of hijinks ensues, and then Kai gets the books to Pris. Let's move this
Fair
along,
enough.
since two of us are just not. Sorry. We have been occupied by Sir Wilfred.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm like carrying this pseudo dragon around. I'm like, all right, no, you can't go over there.
The darkest spells in history.
You've got to find Welby, and I can't let you go to fly to find Welby because I know you're gonna get into more mischief than Welby's getting into.
Speaking of, Welby, what are you up to?
I was looking for information on the fake ones, and I don't know how to get there.
How to get there? All right, so you have been directed to the interplanar travel section.
Ooh.
Would you like to roll investigation?
Yes.
Sadly, you have no one with you to cast guidance or help you collect books because they left you alone yet again.
Oh.
You can ask the collective for assistance or like hire an intern.
I don't know if how much does the collective cost?
A simple query is like a silver. Snark is free.
I
Thank
I have
God.
silver.
Alright. Otherwise, like you're gonna leave Wavecrest, you get this large back charge for all the snark and sarcasm. Sorry. Also, why does the music keep muting itself? Don't do this to me.
Yeah, sure, I'll try using one of the helpers. Let's see if one of them can help me.
Okay. What is your query?
I guess it would be, how do I get to a Fey court that'll help me?
Specify. What do you require assistance with?
Like either get into like the Rose Court or the Midnight Court or wait, or was it not the Midnight Court to go to?
Your query is incomplete and unclear. Restate.
Let's just do general how to get to the Fey courts.
Interplanar travel. Aisle 4, Book 13. you are holding a book. What languages can you read?
Probably not many, just most likely just common.
So you can read some of it,
A common,
but
halfling,
not
and
all of
primordial.
it. Okay. So you can read some of it, like there's little blurbs that have been translated into common, but most of this book is not in a language you can read. But the blurbs you read sound very encouraging. They read like almost directions to get to the Feywild.
Is it something I can? Does it seem like a long journey, or somewhere I can just like go where I
You
want
see
to?
a number of things that remind you of magic spells. And after that, it's a lot of text you can't read right now.
Oh. Well, if I can't read it, I can't read it yet. I guess I may as well look for one more subject. I don't know if they have something specific on who could be stronger than Blue Tongue.
Okay. Roll another investigation check.
Okay. Investigation. 16.
16. So the main thing you gather from a book called Lords and Ladies is that in general, the large Fey courts are pretty evenly matched. They're pretty much perpetually struggling against each other in some way, shape, or form. And like every millennia, one of them will be a little stronger than the other, but they all have like a rise and fall. It's nearly cyclical. So if you want someone who can certainly defeat or break a deal with Bluetongue or the Lark's Court, you're gonna have to go pretty big because Bluetongue is an archfey in their own right. So you'd be looking at like Titania, Iobi, the Shining Princess. You need to be good friends with an archfey.
Make friends with
The most notable one would be Aedis, or Prince Hyfid. With Aedis being an interesting one because he is the only archfey who started life as a dwarf. Whereas Prince Hyfid, you feel might you might be able to like throw priss at them because they're known as a bard who drinks too much and loves to party and tell stories, and has a lot of warlocks. But unlike your patron, he actually helps his warlocks. If you're looking to switch allegiances, he's with the Frolicking Court. You are warned away from the Grim Court, even though they are moderately obsessed with the Primaterial Plane. Their obsession takes the shape of them thinking most humanoids are entirely inferior and therefore should be punished for existing and being inferior. And if you want something tree related, there's the Emerald Court. They haven't been very active in the past few hundred years. They're the ones that mainly deal with like their court is mainly nymphs and dryads, and treants. that talk to their great tree. They're not. They're much more interested in forests and nature than in helping you. So you won't get instantly executed if you wander into the Emerald Court, but it's unlikely that they will help you.
Mm-hmm. Is there a self-help section in the library?
There is.
Ooh. Can I see if they have a book called, How to Make Friends with the Archfey?
There is a book on how to make friends. It is aimed at children. It does not involve Archfey. If you're looking for books on self-help and Archfey, there is a book called So Baba Yaga Turned Your Wife into a Newt, which might be interesting, but probably not helpful.
I think I'll get the kids' book. That might be helpful.
You get a kid's book on how to make friends.
How to make friends.
I will point out, if you're looking for something that might interest some of your party members, there is an archfey called the Sovereign Elk.
Oh boy. And then at this point I'd probably start, as long as there's nobody else around me yet, I'm gonna start heading towards the weird Eldritch section.
I mean, there's people around you, but most of them are doing their own research, and you have not yet been located by any of your party members.
No, I
You
mean,
do hear occasionally Kai shouting at someone about graphic novels, but it's just really echoey in here.
Comic
There's a lot of
books.
shh from the little squirrels. Alright, you go to the Eldritch section. You go to enter the aisle, and are stopped. Just stopped. Like, there's no one here. You just can't enter the aisle. If you look down, there's some glowing glyphs on the ground.
oh,
A little squirrel hops up to you. This section is restricted.
how do I get allowed to enter?
You must have a pass from a guildmaster and a certificate of good moral judgment.
I'm pretty sure I could get that certificate pretty easily. So I'll just gotta find a guildmaster.
Yep, I'm sure Welby will have no problem getting a certificate of good moral judgment. Like, nothing we've seen from Welby would suggest otherwise. And hello, Raiders. Welcome in. Our friend Welby is talking to a squirrel about being allowed into the forbidden section of a library to research elder beings.
I don't know. Well, may as well try and find everyone else.
You are easily led to Samander by the loud flapping of wings, as he is carrying a pseudo-dragon with a beret. Looking quite upset with him, being followed by tiny squirrels who need to know more about how to seize the means of production and overthrow the bourgeoisie.
Oh. Did you manage to find everything you needed, Sam?
You're muted.
Yes,
We're professionals.
I think that I found what I was looking for. I'm sorry. What about you? Did you find anything exciting, or?
Maybe. I can't read it all, though.
Oh, I mean, I can read it if you need me to.
No, I should be fine. Just once you check it out, I could probably figure out a way.
Sure. Should we rejoin with Pris before she spends all of her gold on books?
And tiny familiars.
And, well, that was Kai's money.
Yeah.
That's fair.
It's a library. I don't need to spend money on books here. But yeah, I spent probably an hour on the vampires. I would have done. I don't know if I can't remember what else I was gonna look at this point.
Elder
the
beings.
werewolves, elder beings,
Local werewolf clans.
local werewolf clan. Oh, the microfiche. Right. The fantasy microfiches of the werewolves, which we don't necessarily need to go into roleplay wise here, but
I will simply point out that it is suspiciously lacking.
Suspiciously lacking. Neat. Oh, that's exciting. Cool. Great.
Let's see. So we have Pris reconvening with Sam and Welby. Kai has still not left for Styx. I'm very proud of you. What's the plan?
What time is it now? I feel like, been here for a little while.
No one has the keen mind feed. It's late afternoon.
Late afternoon. Okay.
There was a fair amount of walking to and from Wavecrest. It's not a small city.
When are we supposed to meet up with them again?
I believe midnight.
Yeah, midnight.
Okay. Well, we've got a little time.
Perhaps we should take a nap or sleep for a little bit beforehand, because we probably will be staying up all night.
Oh, that's a good idea. Want to go in fresh.
Oh my god, I'm so proud of you actually preparing.
What? Who does
Nothing.
that?
What was that voice?
Are you
Oh god!
Luton, are you checking out any books? Because you do require a library card, and none of you are members right now.
I figured that they would do transcripts and you would pay for the transcripts rather than purchasing the books outright.
Yes, but if you want to copy the entire book Welby has, we're going to go well past late afternoon. Unless you want to pay for magical transcripts. But yeah, Sam's sitting on a lot of money, so you could just pay to have a magical copy if you don't want to handwrite.
Yeah, I think for the relevant documents that we do need, I'd be fine with paying. I don't need any of the books that I found.
Okay.
I don't think Pris needs. Well, and Catley should probably be able to copy pages. Is that sort of how that kind of works?
Yes, she can partly transcribe them for you. She's very careful.
Cool.
It's mainly about the Welby ones.
Yeah.
Kai went into acute liver failure.
How much would it cost to have them magically transcribed?
If you want a full book, depending on how thick it is, like regular hardcover, 15 gold.
Yeah, I'll pay the 15 gold.
Like, easily enough for an adventure and not something easily obtainable if you actually live here, in which case library membership is more appealing.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Yep, so I will pay the 15 gold to have that done.
Okay. You have a multilingual travel direction to the Feywild and several courts.
That's so cool. As we leave, Pris is gonna pick up Callie, with the 2 fingers and have the little moth feet, and then have her kind of sit in her hair so that it becomes sort of a moth hair decoration as she's chilling.
You do get the feeling Callie isn't particularly fond of bright daylight.
Oh, okay.
But it doesn't, not enough to like hide in your cloak or anything, but
I don't really have
a little less bright.
I'll just put her on the shoulder, and that way she can burrow in the scarf if she needs to.
Hide her little moth eyes.
Yep.
That makes the scarf look even more terrifying, to be honest.
That scarf is a trip.
And a moth.
I love my scarf.
The one that whispers and blows in the wind on its own. Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
Hey, where do you got that scarf from? Okay.
Yeah.
There's nothing
Perfect.
wrong
I love that
with
designer.
my scarf.
Alright, so
Gosh.
now that we're outside, I presume we're standing outside right now since we're talking about
Yeah.
daylight.
Oh, absolutely.
So I've been thinking, maybe I should get. I don't look so surprised. Maybe I should get like some armor or something, so I don't get stabbed with sticks or without. Sorry, confused myself there. Just in general.
I mean, that
That's
seems important. That's why I bought the
reasonable.
chainmail.
Yeah, that yeah.
And
So-
why I bought Pris a sword and Welby a sword.
Didn't you make yourself a shield? Are you gonna make
I
yourself
did.
some armor too?
I could. It would just take too long. I
It'd be
think.
lopsided.
Shut up, God.
Gods are chatty today.
Honestly, it's the worst.
God really missed you guys, okay?
God was lonely.
God was lonely. I only terrorized 10 other people in me. Anyway,
Yeah, I mean, you can admit it. You missed the Wanderers of Love and Hope of Athenwin.
I missed my favorite hose. I did.
The little
I missed my little hose.
This could
Do you
be
want
very
leather armor or do you
confusing
want
for anybody who hasn't
leather
done it.
armor or studded leather armor?
Studded,
For the
of course.
sake of expediency. So studded leather is 45 gold pieces.
I can do that.
And easily obtainable in a number of questionable colors and designs.
I want to point out that Kai is probably going to force the entire party to come with them since they pointedly don't want to split up.
No splitting the party.
Yes.
I mean, last time you split the party, we only had 1 resurrection and 2 near deaths. Like,
Only.
We can top
It's
that.
fine.
But you can top that. Like next time you split up, we'll just keep you K'd and
Yeah, yeah.
hold the win.
How much would it cost to get? Oh gosh, scale mail.
50.
50?
Yep.
Oh wait, I think scale mail is the same as chainmail. I
is.
meant
Well, no. If you have a chain shirt, that's 13, and if you scale mail, it's 14.
what about half plate?
750.
Oh yeah, I can't afford that.
It
Too rich
also
for
weighs
me.
40 pounds.
Yeah. my +1 modifier can't handle that.
No. No.
Yeah, I'll stick with what I've got.
Okay.
Gotta save up.
I mean, but do you have a chain shirt or do you have full chain mail?
I have a chain shirt.
Because that's what chain mail puts you at 16, but it's heavy armor.
I mean, as a cleric, I think I'm proficient in heavy armor.
Do you have strength
And
13?
I do have a strength 13.
Then you could spend 75 gold pieces and get full chain mail for 16 AC.
I will do that.
There you go. Look at you, heavy. I think it's mainly just a big thing that this is the moment Sam really truly admits you're not a wizard.
Wait,
Like, this is the moment. When the metal pants go on, you are not a wizard. I'm sorry.
It's yep.
Somewhere far away, your mother sighs.
Yep.
Here's your armor.
Her heart hurts
wait.
and she doesn't know why.
but I learned this. If you have proficiency in heavy armor, you could play a wizard that casts spells in heavy armor, and there's no negative modifier in 5th edition.
This is
You
ridiculous.
just need the proficiency. So if you take
And the
proficiency
strength.
at level 1, you can be a heavy armor wielding
That's true.
wizard.
You can. If you want to put splint mail on, that's 17. Wait, do you have strength 15?
No,
Okay.
13 is what I can do.
Alright, then chainmail is pretty much it for you.
Yeah. Okay, so I've deducted that gold. Would I be able to cut some of the cost by selling my chain shirt?
Yes, they will take that off of you for 25.
Wonderful. So I will.
Especially since it's already been pierced twice.
Yeah, it's got a lot of rat.
Air.
They just nod through it.
Yeah. Don't forget that putting it on and taking it off takes 10 minutes and 5 minutes respectively.
Will do. Guess I just live in this armor now.
Unless
You do.
someone helps you. Just
Well,
saying.
guess I just live in this armor now. Guess I better learn the prestidigitation spell.
Look,
So,
I don't want to get a guiding bolt to the face. That shit hurts.
Alright,
I know
so
from experience.
most shopping completed, are we good to take a quick break and then go back into the rest of the game?
Yes. I think
Yeah.
that would be great.
10 minutes and we'll return and we'll see if we can maybe make this not the 5th entirely shopping only episode.
We'll be back.
I lied, I don't have
soon.
proficiency.
Oh no! Alright,
I'm gonna wear it anyways, though.
We'll sort it out in the break. Bye, everybody. Oh look, I go blurry just if we go to break. Oh, that's time.
Perfect.
Welcome to our Patreon.
Oh baby, I love your madness.
Welcome to our Patreon. Here on Open for Adventure, we are making high-quality Dungeons & Dragons content, folks. We have a great big world to share with you, and by becoming a patron, you can help us explore and expand upon this adventure. With your support, we can invest in more amazing artwork, better mics, fancy cameras, and overall stream quality. Not to mention, help us get some amazing new merch that we can use for giveaways. What do you get by becoming a patron? I'm so glad you asked. Let's take a look at the different levels and give you a sneak peek at what you can get at each tier. Did you know that the family of the First Lord Theo, the leader of the rebellion against the Empire, actually invented firearms nearly 25 years prior to the current campaign? The designs for this high-tech weapon are the Delaney family's best-kept secret. Also, they were originally invented by the late First Lady Victoria, Theo's mother. Access to lore leaks like this is what you can expect from the first tier, written in blog-style posts after each weekly session. Ever wondered what goes on off-camera? The next 3 tiers give you exactly that. With Stolen Moments, you can get access to text-based roleplay moments, highlighting experiences that don't make it onto the stream, like Leona's training session with Ray and Asmrin. Stolen Moments Plus gives you access to roleplay moments featuring our guests, non-player characters, and historical figures, featuring the likes of Marshall, Annalena, and even the Empress herself. And Roleplay Addiction takes us to a whole other level. This tier gives you exclusive 30-minute videos of canon interactions not otherwise seen on stream, like late-night drunken interactions between paladins or tender moments featuring your favorite character ships. The Warm Fuzzies is super simple. It's everything I've listed so far, and also you get your name on stream after our weekly regular sessions. Every session. And our undying love. And finally, the most epic of all Patreon tiers. Drum roll, please. The Lore Master. This ultimate and final tier gets you first look access at all of the content going into our upcoming, official, Open for Adventure campaign setting. Lore, maps, monsters, items, dungeons, dragons. Go ahead, have a look around, make yourself at home, and consider becoming a patron to help us make this fantasy world a little bit closer to reality.
Oh, hi! My name is Express Love. I'm the Senmarian god of coffee. Did you know that in Senmaria, every cup of coffee is made with found familiar coffee beans? That's canon. In Senmaria, every cup of coffee is good coffee because it's made with love by Found Familiar. Did you know that every bag of Found Familiar coffee features artwork from incredible members of the tabletop gaming community? That's canon. Each blend and roast of Found Familiar coffee features cool D&D names like Thieves' Cant, Face Step, and Packed Magic. In San Maria, every royal meeting that Ray attends features the Cartographer's Blend, a brew of coffee made by Found Familiar in conjunction with Devon Rue. Now that's canon. Found Familiar Coffee. Buy it today.
everybody. Welcome back. Please ignore Graham stuffing his face. He'll still be playing with us.
Please ignore Graham.
I mean, I tried that before, and then people gave us money to put his stupid face on screen as he twirled wearing a top hat.
He did?
I hope whoever did it thought it was money well spent. Anyway, we are back with my favorite Wallahos, who have spent the entire day chasing down potential leads and investigating in a library. And now they're going to have a nap, because this episode is nothing if not entirely riveting. Kai and Sam are,
We're
on
just
the
trying
elf-
to get to the good stuff.
on the elf side of life, so they're getting a full rest in 4 hours. Welby... No, you don't. Oh, you're a half.
Yeah.
You're only half. Alright, Kai gets a full rest.
Okay,
Kai wakes up
gets a
ridiculously early. Why are you looking so glum? What's going on?
But Welby is a warlock, so at least, you get your spell slots back.
Hey.
Warlock power. Chris just looks beautiful as always, and bonds with Callie.
Does this count as a short
Her
rest?
fuzzy.
It is a short rest, yes. I mean, you're waiting for Kai for 4 hours, so you can get 4 short rests.
Wow.
Barely.
Such a good deal.
I'm gonna try and get some HP.
Oh dear God. The hell am I drinking?
I don't know. What are you drinking?
No.
Potential sponsorship?
I love the brand. I'm not sure. Tangerine IPA. Which I didn't expect. So when I took a really big gulp and got tangerine, my taste buds revolted. But it's not bad. It was just surprising. Sorry.
Yeah, that citric flavor.
I have the grapefruit one, and I thought this was the grapefruit one. Not grapefruit. Anyway, sponsorship deals aside, I mean, Brewdog, if you do want to get in contact with me... Oh, this stuff's
Did you know that the daylight spell doesn't actually produce daylight? What the fuck?
Did!
Correct. I
had
did
many
know
people-
that.
Confused.
The only way
idea.
to create sunlight is a level 6 and a level 8 spell, which is Sunburst and Sunbeam. Those are the only 2 spells.
Welcome to D&D. Chill Touch and
Yeah.
Daylight are on my personal shit list.
Yeah.
I
Also,
DM a Curse of
apparently
Strahd campaign,
Moonbeam.
so yes, I knew.
Yeah. I think the only 3 things that are effective against vampires are Moonbeam, Sunburst, and Sunbeam.
Yep.
Because they technically
or-
count as shape changers.
Oh,
It
one out
also
of 3.
depends. If you can sustain a control water and continue to pour a river on them, that's helpful.
All of which are spells that we don't have access to yet.
This is correct.
It's fine. We're just this bar doesn't have vampires in it, so it's fine. We don't have to worry about it.
Also, they're
They're-
fucking
they're-
hiring you for help. Why are you fighting them? I'm
Yeah,
so
no.
confused by
Exactly.
I'm
you.
just taking precautions because I'm
It's
nothing if not comedically racist against
Yeah.
vampires.
Mission 1. Hey, I need your help with these harpies. Oh,
Yeah.
actually, I'm evil.
Mission 1, poor Rozalka needed her heart back, and she got it,
Oh.
and now you have a pen pal. Don't
I don't
fucking
count
do
that
this.
as mission 1, because that wasn't really a mission.
It was.
That was us coming into our adventuring career. That was the prologue.
Oh,
Mission 1 was when we were actually adventurers.
So, a comic racist and just hypocritical picking. Got it. What more would I expect from Cleric?
Exactly. I don't know what you want from me. I'm trying to roleplay here.
Alright. It is, after, Kai, do you do anything after your short rest? Do you sleep in your leather armor?
Would there be any detriments to
leaving-
doing that?
You would sleep worse. You
Okay.
leave
I'm gonna turn
the
to a
inn
lizard.
at 9:30. There, fast forwarding. What do you want to do? Your date is at 12.
I prayed at sunset. I will make that as a note.
It is noted. The suns on your robe glow a warm yellow, fading to pink.
That's it. That's all I wanted to do. And so
Right.
we're walking back to the Knight's Error?
Night errors.
Night Errors.
Night errors. Okay.
Many errors one night.
Would the tavern owners have known anything about this bar? Could we have asked them before we left and said, hey, what's the gist on this bar?
Oh, we try not to discuss the competition. We say mean things about them, they say mean things about us. It gets really messy. Or we say good things about them, and then people go there instead of here, and it's just bad business.
What
So
if
we try to stay neutral.
But okay, so we're not trying to like find out if it's a good bar or not. We just need a little background information since they've hired us to help. It's not about competition.
It's very cold.
Of bar. It's cold, right? We did feel that, didn't we? When we when we were talking at the door. Okay.
Do we know if it's on the list?
Oh, that's a good question.
It is on the list. It's allowed.
Oh, it's a good bar then.
Kind of
That's
relieving,
good.
actually.
That's good though. That's excellent. Things that are on the list are good.
I know your head bartender is Dragonborn.
Mm-hmm.
Dragon.
He seems nice, but scary. Is that nice? No. Shouldn't say.
Is there anything else that you might be able to tell us about it? Just so that we know what we're getting into. This isn't. I wouldn't think of this as competition. As just sharing information. That's what people do. Share information.
I know they're kind of like in a little competition struggle.
Competition struggle.
With whom?
The bar that's run by Grandmother She.
So what do we do if we get there and they want us to kill somebody's grandma?
Well, I suppose then we
I don't
wouldn't
know.
we turn
I
them
honestly
into the...
can't tell you. I'm a bartender.
Okay.
Thank you.
Well, I suppose that's it.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Thank you.
Have a good night.
We do lock the doors at 3 if you want to get in later.
Okay. Noted.
What do you open again?
6.
Alright.
Between 3 and 6 we feed the cats.
Right. The cats.
We do not want to be here when that happens.
No.
Sam's like, what cats? They're all following me out the door.
I am the master.
No, a subsection of the cats follows you around. You get the feeling you think maybe if you look hard enough, you're gonna find like a little schedule somewhere of what cat follows you when, because they seem to be rotating in and out at set intervals.
Why is every animal in the city so goddamn organized?
Yeah. Ugh.
Alright, let's go to the creepy bar then and, I don't know, kill somebody's grandma apparently.
Yeah, I mean that's not my go-to. Also, I don't think we should kill Grandma, unless
No, I think that's like one of the things you don't do.
Yeah,
Yeah,
what if she's running from the law, Sam?
Then that's a different story. What law?
Shut up, God!
Let me make my own decisions, God. You don't own me. I'm a
we're
three-dimensional
walking.
character with feelings and thoughts.
And we're walking.
You are walking. You
Yeah.
arrive early.
Punctually early.
Punctually early. Roughly an hour early.
I do the secret knock,
There.
which is just me knocking.
There's no secret knock.
Do there seem to be other people around the bar?
There is no queue, but they are open for business. It's not like last time when like everything was locked and shuttered.
Alright, let's stay together this time. I know it's ironic me saying that, but let's try it at least.
Yes, I think that Pris and Welby should be the ones to do the talking.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay. I'm good at talking.
Fuck, I don't...
You're going to make so many new friends, Welby.
Yeah, it's just making friends. Maybe we should. Do we think we
The
can?
door opens, given that Sam already knocked.
Yeah.
It is not Frigid Martha this time. It is a regular unnamed bouncer. You get pointed at a sign that simply says cover charge, 5 gold pieces. And there is a long rack of fur-lined cloaks that are handed out to patrons as they enter this bar in case they are underdressed for the chill.
Frigid Martha sent us to deal with the problem posted on the board
Behind the bar.
behind the bar.
Okay. Since we're here to help, does that mean we don't have to pay the cover charge?
No cover, no cape.
I brought all winter clothes.
Yeah, we all have winter
We
outfits.
sure do
from...
all have
So I'll
winter.
just open my bag, pull out my coat, put it on over.
He doesn't
Oh,
flinch and lets you in.
Perfect.
Also, no cover, no payout.
Okay.
Rules inside.
Yeah.
Is it a casino?
It's an arcade!
Yeah. What's a casino?
What do you mean payout?
Occasionally, if you choose to be one of the sleepers, you can get a payout. No cover, no payout.
Can I be a
What's
sleeper?
Please just go inside.
Okay. We could always come back and and pay the cover fee later, or if one of you want, I don't. But I'm even more concerned. I think I don't.
Yeah,
That doesn't. That
this
sounds
is
ominous. To me.
unsettling.
Yeah.
Well, I guess the least we can do is hear out Frigid Martha and her offer and what's going on. If we don't like it, we don't have to accept it.
I swear to God, if that's creepy shit in there, I'm gonna be cross.
That's different than normal, but okay.
Yep. I mean.
Sorry, that was Jordan and not actually Pris.
Oh, okay. It just sounded very, very perky and Pris-like.
It did.
Well, who would like to go down first?
I think Wobby's first is going to be like, right, I'm supposed to make friends. Do you want to be my friend? Just saying this is the bouncer.
No.
Oh.
Ouch.
Hang on, I'm hearing something very suspicious from the other room where my dog is.
Sounded not unlike a Chewbacca yell.
Does it sound like a phone call? You will be finding a black envelope upon your table. Our pets are conspiring to murder us, which is good because I don't have any.
No, but
That you know of.
Shit.
Sometimes pets just literally fall into your laps and they become your pets.
it's true.
Like my cats. I was not expecting to get my cats, and that I did.
Somebody was throwing cats.
All's
Right.
well?
My house is safe-ish. Well, some things were being shredded, but I wasn't using them anymore.
Fair.
Oogie has a thing for cardboard boxes.
I see.
She is somewhat cat-like for a creature that is normally considered a dog. Anyway, there isn't necessarily a going down. There is a going down the hallway, but the bar itself is ground level. And once you're in the bar proper, you can go either up or down on the different levels. Not like you're descending into some creepy basement at this particular point in time. It might still happen.
So are there people here?
Out of nowhere, there's a creepy basement. Oh.
There's people here. The bar is open at this point, yes?
Yes, there is. So if you go down the hallway into the actual bar, you have tables that are carved from large wooden slabs. Most of the decor is carved rough black stone. Lighting is magical lights in just blues and purples. That sort of they're magically enchanted to sort of drip down the ceiling like you're in kind of an ice cave. The large like feature wall, if we're going full house flippers, has these thick panes of ice veined glass. And then the panes of ice are used for people to look at sleeping people. And above every sleeping person, their dreams are shown in colored smoke. People who are watching the dreams are being served by servers in fur because it is very cold in here. The drinks are just happy looking cocktails. with cold bits of quartz to serve as ice. And the dreams are all happy dreams. Some people are apparently reliving happy memories of childhood. Someone is frolicking through some pleasant looking woods. There is a dark curtain with a staff member, which is kind of the not safe for work section of the bar.
Alright, so this is creepy.
I mean, people willingly dream here and they get part of the cover charges. This is frigid Martha standing behind you, feeling your judgment.
It does feel sort of I mean, obviously everything is consented to, but it certainly can't help but feel like a little bit of an invasion of privacy. But
I mean, we don't force people to share their dreams. They enjoy it. Politicians occasionally come here and view people's dreams and get a feeling for the people they're supposed to be guiding. And if you're an aspiring politician, you might come here and dream and prove that you're not dreaming of being a power-hungry asshole.
What if you have a nightmare or something?
Oh, I don't think that's ever happened.
What do you get if
Inside check?
to be
Yes.
a sleeper?
No.
What were you asking, Welby?
Like, what do you get if you become a sleeper?
Well, first there's a small intake to make sure that you are likely to have happy dreams, and if you're kind of behind the curtain kind dreamer or more of a general dreamer. But in general, you dress warmly, very warmly, and then you get on the table and you have a nap.
So about the problem.
Yes. There is supposed to be a large black stone on the ceiling here, but it got stolen.
Okay. When did it get stolen?
Roughly
How long
2
has it
days
been?
ago.
2 days ago.
We're not
When?
perfectly sure because we were closed and we didn't see signs of everything was still locked, nothing was broken, nothing else was taken.
you have any I mean, other than a large black stone, I'm sure being very valuable, did the stone have some sort of purpose?
It's magical.
Mm-hmm.
It belongs to the bar's owner.
Magical belongs to bars. Are there any suspicions as to who might have done that, or who might have gotten in, or who might have had access to it?
Well, we vet the staff the same way we do the dreamers, so we're pretty sure it wasn't a staff member. The bar's owner checked me.
Are there any cat-sized openings to this bar?
Oh, it's solid stone.
Okay. Because we saw a druid break into someone's house once.
Oh, was he originally a gnome?
Yep.
Oh, I can't stand that guy.
I mean, it doesn't have to be cats. It can be basically anything. A spider would be enough.
The only problem we've had recently was grandmother She claims she's a dream interpreter and sleep doctor. But other than that, we're pretty niche. We're the only bar that does what we do.
Dream interpreter, and why don't you all I feel like that would be an interesting business to go into, to collaborate on, to have somebody interpret the dreams of the sleepers.
But why would we want that? We want people to read into it for themselves and be entertained. Why guide someone in a specific direction when you can simply have it open for everybody's enjoyment? I don't like people telling me what to think.
But also, your own experiences defines your point of view, and sometimes an outside perspective or an outside force can allow you to reevaluate your own preconceived perceptions to adjust your point of view going forward.
That's fair, but that sounds like something I wouldn't do in an ice bar
I mean, that's fair.
while getting drunk.
I mean, a lot of people reconsider their lives drunk.
Also true. I saw this a lot when I was a priest, but what's important is the actions they take when they're sober.
So...
Look, can we just step into my office? I feel
Sure.
like you need details.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that would be if we're to help with as many details as we can get would be, well, make it easier.
Yeah, as we're walking that way, I would like to keep an eye out to see if anyone is, keeping an eye on us.
Okay. Roll perception.
I would love to. 17 plus 4, 21.
21. You're mainly getting the side eye from the bar staff for not having paid the cover charge. But other than that, no one seems very interested in you. They're more focused on very cold cocktails and weird dreams.
Okay.
I think I'd like to also, as we're moving through, just get sort of have a quick glance at what some of the dreams are, or what some of the images are that are from the sleepers.
Mm-hmm. It's like I said, it's pretty. I hear the word echo there. It's like you're in front of the curtain thing, and it's really very wholesome. You do see one person whose dream seems to veer off course a little, but that person gets awoken before it does turn into
Interesting.
a scary dream.
Okay.
Our staff just gently nudges them awake and brings them hot cocoa.
This is so sweet. I find it really interesting. Don't know quite how to process it, but okay.
You are being shepherded into a small office where Frigid Martha don't necessarily want to point you in the direction of grandmother. I don't know how she would have done this. We have vetted the staff, but I do think it would be helpful if you still checked the bar, if not necessarily every person, because I had a look, but I didn't find anything, so that's why we're asking for help. There is a certain amount of prejudice towards this bar. Roughly the same as what you said when you came in.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if there's anyone in particular that has a problem with us. But people that have heard of us but haven't been here can be judgmental. Let's leave it at judgmental. That seems the nicest way to put it. Judgmental. We do need that Blackstone to help people stay asleep.
Gotcha.
How long can
Very
you,
much central to our business model.
how long can you go without the black crystal?
I mean, we're already losing money. I will also point out that being a magical item that works with sleep and dreams, it is incredibly difficult or very dangerous if it gets into the wrong hands. Holding it, if you're not aware of its potential and power, causes damage. Just holding it.
Oh.
If this ends up in some ridiculous antique shop or on the streets or in the hands of people who want to do harm and turn this into a jewel.
Do you have like a picture or anything of the stone? Because that could make things a lot easier.
I don't. I'm afraid I also don't have any particular artistic talent, but
See.
it is a large black orb.
By large, like how big are we talking as far as large? We talking person size? Hand? Okay.
Good 2 handfuls.
Okay.
So if we
Are there
find
any markings on it?
No, it is black and smooth and shiny. Well, in the right light. It also prefers cold.
if we find it, should we not touch it then? Or is like with gloves alright?
Yeah, gloves. Just put it in a bag.
Right.
Got that. I've got the scarf and I've got that tensor's floating disc situation and mage hands things. Let me think if there's anything.
Is there anyone that works here that has recently come across hard times? Before this incident?
Not that they've shared with us.
What are the notable members of your staff? How many work here? What are their names? How long have they worked here?
I'll provide you a list. We have a service schedule I can provide you with. Not everyone works at every time.
Mhm.
Still, though, it was... I suppose it could be.
Like a customer who was, I don't know, having nightmares or something despite the stone? I don't know. No.
No, the only... People have only started with the anxious dreams ever since the stone was removed, which is why we need it back. It is vital to our dream chambers.
And you really don't force anybody or something?
We do.
I mean, if you did, you probably wouldn't answer me right now.
Also
So.
probably true. We have turned people away who came here too frequently because they needed money. They pointed out to them there are other ways to make money. But there's also people who have a certain predilection for being watched. And I'm not going to judge their preferences.
I'm sorry. You seemed as if you were about to say someone that you
Suspected.
suspected, yes.
I mean, she hasn't come into any difficult circumstances recently, but she's been here the shortest. Her name's Margaret, and she's the only one that we've hired in the past 2 months. We have low turnover. We pride ourselves on being good employers.
And is she still working here?
Yes. She's in tonight.
Ah.
She's serving.
What other abilities does this orb have? If you said that it could cause an injury if in the hands of someone who didn't understand its power, is it possible that this has more arcane use from a practitioner of magic?
Again, I was only briefly in the priesthood. I would not dare to presume what a powerful arcane practitioner could do, but I am confident that this is a very refined, specialized tool. I'm sure that if someone holds it for too long, eventually they're simply going to fall asleep. The problem is at some point they might not wake up.
So it's entirely possible whoever took this stone has escaped with it and then fallen asleep.
Unless they knew what they were doing, which is also likely considering the fact that we found no trace. And they weren't asleep on our floor.
So no broken windows, locks, nothing?
Nothing. But again, you're free to look around the bar. Perhaps you see something I don't.
That sounds like a perfect idea.
Do you happen to have any pest problems in the bar?
No. No, we have no vermin. annoying patrons, I generally run off quite quickly. I don't think I've seen a non-humanoid form in the bar. Well, few months. They usually, like, we have had mice and things sneak in. They usually freeze to death quite quickly. It's this temperature the whole way through the building. Sets a certain atmosphere, and it's much easier than trying to climate control every room separately.
Who noticed first that the stone was missing?
I did. I came in to open up and get ready for the evening.
And who was the last person to have closed?
Also me.
Also you, okay. Alright.
Is it possible the stone was stolen during the nighttime when the bar was open?
Oh no. No, it's in well, I mean, unless there was amazingly powerful magic, but I was here the whole time, and even when I'm closing, I'm in view of the stone. All my tasks take me in and around the dream chambers.
What are the chances of there being another you that you don't know about?
I don't know, but I have a feeling maybe you do. I don't think they're very high.
What was going on?
Welby's trying to give someone a split personality.
Or like a doppelganger effect.
Yeah.
That was in character.
Not sure. I'm just trying to hire people to track down a thief, and I'm suddenly being accused of being more than one person.
Speaking of hiring, what's the reward look like? 'Cause that's the thing, I think.
Well, if you return the stone to us, you can choose from a number of rewards. There's unthawable ice crystals. We have some magical items that we're willing to part with. You could be hired to be a dreamer here, I suppose. It's enough for most people to live quite comfortably.
No, thank you. I'd rather not share my dreams with literally anybody who walks in.
Okay. Well, then the offer of ice crystals worth a lot of money or magical items stands.
That's entirely fair.
Sounds good.
I suppose we'll take a look around. If you don't mind.
I think
She
that's
shows you
wise.
out of her
Maybe
office,
talk to
making
some people.
Yep.
Mhm.
As we are being escorted out of the office, I would like to pull out a. Oh well, actually, I have fur on me, so I like touch the fur of my coat, mumble a few words, and then kind of brush my hands, and you hear like an owl's hoot. I am casting Enhance Ability, Owl's Wisdom on myself. So I now, for the next hour, I have advantage on wisdom checks and wisdom skills.
Oh, my plan just got useless.
Ha! Take that!
Yeah, at some point we should probably coordinate the spells we pick.
Well, I mean, we could both have advantage on it.
True. I shall do the same.
And it's not like I had locate object prepared.
No. I did want a picture of it or something.
I mean, all you have to do is be familiar with it. You don't even have to have a picture of it.
Frigid Martha can draw a black circle on a piece of paper, but that's really not enough for
Yeah,
that
she
spell to work.
has given us the dimensions and the.
Don't think that counts as familiar.
I would say it's a polished black rock that can be held in two hands. That's pretty. It's pretty identifying. Especially.
Spells cast. Walk down into a bar.
Yep. Do we see like the indentation where this rock was?
It's not so much an indentation. It has like a small stalactite formed around it, and then it would be on the bottom of it.
Okay. I would like to investigate to see if there's any
Alright.
handprints or any marks or any bit of fabric.
Alright,
You know.
roll an investigation check.
I would love to. Kai, can you do that thing?
Yeah, I can also help you.
Do the thing! Kai breaks out in breakdancing.
Oh, it's a skill I've been waiting to show off for ages.
Yes.
Suddenly an elk.
Breakdancing elk. That's actually their upper name.
22.
22.
With guidance?
Oh, not with guidance. If you cast, I don't know if you can, because if you
But
cast
can I-
if you cast enhance ability, that is a concentration spell.
It must have said
Guidance
you
is also.
Guidance is
a
also. Oh,
concentration.
damn it. Okay, then
So
I'm just helping you.
I assumed that I didn't have guidance. So 22 without guidance.
In the distance, a dreamer is surrounded by dogs that greet them as they enter their domicile after a long, hard day at work.
Then they're awoken as the dogs turn carnivorous.
I'm still waiting for that day to happen, to be honest. Like, if Uncaged is off next week, they ate my body. I'm sorry, the Huskies remain perpetually. I'm not sure why they're this upset, but with a 22, you can tell, if you do a large circle, indeed no doors have been broken, all locks appear intact. The only thing that looks a little weird, the bartender, Frigid Martha, seems to be very systematic in what she does and how she works. And there's a strange area on the shelves where it seems people have like cleared away the bottles. And then, with a little bit of imagination, you can guesstimate that if someone climbed on those brucey shelves, they could have reached that eye, or that globe, or that orb, or that security camera.
Okay, so we know how they got there, but there's nothing on the stalactite itself. It's just we can spot kind of how they managed to.
Yeah, the stalactites remains.
How high is the stalactite off the floor? Is it something that someone of a smaller nature would have to get, or is it something like a human could reach without having to climb?
Oh no, a human would have had to climb as well.
Okay.
Maybe a proper giant, but this is a tall chamber. Like you have the dreamers on tables, and then their dreams are above it. So it is a tall chamber to make lots of rooms for like the different movies that are playing.
Is it tall enough for somebody of a smaller species to not be able to reach the crystal, the black ball of dreaming doom?
The black ball of dreaming doom. If someone manages to climb to the top shelf, provided they're fairly dexterous, they could have reached it. Like they'd have to climb, but because of everything's like really dark, the really rough carved rock. Anyone with any kind of climbing or mountain climbing could have found enough hand-hold footholds to go from the shelf a little bit up the dome and get there.
I guess the next step would be we should investigate the shelf, right?
Oh, I think.
I was gonna say, I think Pris would try and start talking to the staff. Try
Okay.
to find this Margaret, particularly, but yeah.
Do you like? How do you? Are you going to look around and assume who Margaret is, or are you just going to ask who Margaret is?
You
I'm
look
gonna
like
ask
Margaret.
the bartender.
You
who
look like a Margaret.
is.
Frigid Martha points out Margaret, who is in fact serving people happy little cocktails.
Wobie's going to look at the sleepers and see if there's any dreams that seem to somehow relate to the crystal ball.
Okay. None of the dreams themselves relate to the crystal ball, but you do see that the dreams go from happy to anxious with more frequency. People are getting awoken and cycled out more quickly than when you first came in.
I'm gonna wait for Margaret to, look like she's on a little bit of a break, or like has like a little bit of a pause in her job, because we don't want to interrupt servers, because that's rude.
It is. She finishes serving what appears to be a hen party. Literal hens.
Sure, naturally.
And then leans her hip against the bar with a bit of a breather, plucking some feathers.
Hi, excuse me. Margaret?
Yes. I'm on my 5. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's okay. My name's Pris. I'm with my friends and we're here to help investigate.
Do you mind if I sit down real quick?
Oh yeah, please, absolutely, of course. My father's run a bar. I have served many times. I understand how taxing it can be. They mentioned
It's
that
the hen party tips.
That's good. That's good. Tips aren't really a thing in my village. So we were told that you were sort of one of the newer folk here, and I thought.
I swear, I froze my ass off the first 3 weeks until I figured out like it's layers and it's wool. Don't bother with silk. So cold.
Perhaps, and I'm curious. Do you like your job here? Are you enjoying the work? Apparently they have a fairly low turnover, but I thought, since you're newer, you might have.
I mean, at least they're fair, and so far no one. Okay, so I worked at a different bar before, and occasionally we lost patrons, and at least you know where people are when you work here. So I'm just sort of dealing with the cold because at least the boss is nice. You know what you're getting into. You come in, you serve drinks to people who watch dreams. You go home. The other bar, you open a door and suddenly you're somewhere else. It got messy with one time my shift took 3 weeks and I only got paid overtime for 2. It was messy.
What was this bar that you worked at last?
Oh, yeah, no, they were first to close. They weren't on the list.
Okay. When you say last people, and I'm sort of trying to piece this together, do the doors lead to different places?
Yeah, but here's the thing. They don't always lead to the same place, which is where it got tricky. Which is why they got closed down, because a door leading to a different place in a bar is fine, as long as it's well documented, well mapped, and people know what they're getting into, and it's, sustainable and repeatable. But if you think you're going to a desert, and you step into the plane of water, not a good time.
Yeah, I can see that.
Anyway, they got closed. I heard the owner's building a tower somewhere. I'm sure it'll be fine.
Yep, that sounds about right, really. Sounds fair. Well, you didn't happen to. I feel like sometimes the servers see more than the bartenders do.
I don't think Frigid Martha misses anything. She's scary. She's all like, I was a priest for 2 weeks, but I swear she was some mother superior nonsense somewhere. She is scary when she wants to be.
I've got that for sure. Yeah. Perhaps you could tell me though, if the night that it went missing, or the day that it went missing, if you remember seeing anything.
I mean, it was a pretty normal night. Kind of quiet, no big parties, but pretty normal dreams. Well, we had to kick one dreamer out. He kept dreaming of turtles. That got weird. But other than that, nothing particular, no.
Can I do an insight check on her just to kind of see what her general mood is, knowing that I told her what we do and all of that?
Sure.
Okay. Oh, good thing my wisdom's real great. Hey, I'm a bard. It's fine.
Hell, if only other people could have helped you out with your stats before you started talking to staff.
Oh, it's fine. That's a 16.
A 16.
Yeah.
She is happy to work here. Her last place of employment was really weird. You get a little undertone that she's a little worried that with that black orb gone, this place is also going to be shut down, and she's not interested in job searching right now.
Mm-hmm.
She's pretending not to be worried.
Gotcha. Okay.
Kind of.
Do you have your suspicions? I know being new and everything like that, you may not know all of the.
No, I try to stay out of things. You know, I come here, do my job, keep my head down.
Mhm.
I don't need any server-related drama. Don't trade shifts. You always get screwed.
Mhm. What do you know about grandmother G?
Oh, I heard Martha complain about her, some dream interpreter thing. I don't bother
Okay.
with that either, to be honest. I figured Martha and the owner would deal.
So, Frigid Martha's not the owner. What can you tell us about the owner of the bar? Because we haven't, honestly, I probably should have asked Frigid Martha about the owner, but um,
Oh yeah,
we
no,
never.
we're pretty much not told. Frigid Martha does everything day to day
Okay.
or night to night, I suppose. It gets
Yeah.
hard to tell sometimes. I'm pretty much nocturnal, I think.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay, well, I should let you
I need
enjoy
to,
it.
yeah, I
Yeah.
need to,
Mhm.
yeah. There's
Thank you.
there's a loud bucawing for another round.
Yes. Well, thank you for talking to me. And if you can think of anything else, I'm Chris,
Yep.
and you can.
Sure,
We're staying.
I'm gonna serve the hens.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think they're just druids having fun at whatever. I'm just gonna go.
Okay. Well, good luck. May you get lots of
Thanks.
tips.
Yep, working on it. So, well-being.
Yes.
You've watched some sleepers being cycled out. Sam and Kai are off together somewhere, and Pris is having a chat with the guard. Where would you like to go?
So, what happens when Sleeper gets cycled out?
They get a little gray blanket and some hot cocoa, and they're ushered into a back room.
Are any of the people with anxious dreams still there? Or are they all the ones that are
Currently, well, they have 2 empty tables, but the 3 people that are still on the table are having happy dreams. One person is living Sam's nightmare and being covered in kittens. Another person seems to be receiving some sort of degree or award. A large part of the ceiling is took up by politely applauding people.
Maybe I'll take a look in the back room where they took the sleepers who were cycled out.
Okay. You wander into the back room. They make moves to stop you, but they get a glare from Frigid Martha and allow you access. It's still really, really cold, but they've made a bit of an effort to have like cozy chairs, more hot cocoa, and there's just people recovering and waking up properly before getting their payout and being scooted out into the street.
Is there like a back entrance here, or is?
No, everyone goes out the same door.
Okay. I don't know. I guess I'll just take a look around the room, see if there's anything that. See if there's anything we use to like hide the crystal or store the crystal around.
Okay. Roll investigation.
Investigation. Oh, what's a 20 plus 3?
Nice. You find a few places where people could hide things, and you find like some hidden empty bottles of booze, but no ore.
This whole place is like just a single floor.
Pretty much. Well, there's an upper floor, but it's not a complete floor. Like, there's a railing for people who want to get a closer look at some of the taller dreams, basically. But I'm assuming you included that in your investigation when you were looking around with the 22.
Mm-hmm.
It's just more seats and staff.
Yeah.
As you're loving DM, I need to ask again. I think I ask you this at least every other week. Does anyone have detect magic? Because one day, one of you is going to have to learn that spell.
Didn't somebody? I thought somebody
just don't
did.
have- I have detect evil and good. Does that
I
help?
have detect magic. And
Today-
I can ritual cast that bitch.
I was
For
like,
once,
both
I'm
the
prepared.
cleric and the druid should have access to those spells.
Oh, yeah.
As
I know,
ritual
right?
spells.
Look, I am something very unique.
I appreciate your dedication to the sleuthing, but in the interest of not spending another 6 episodes in this bar,
Look,
I don't know. I mean, there's still a couple chairs that we haven't checked out yet.
I mean, they probably could have hollowed out one of the chair legs and hid it in there. There's so many possibilities.
no, fine. I said nothing. You are not allowed to use that spell right now. What do you do?
No,
What
no.
do you do? Where are you going? And who are you talking to?
I would like to
am
cast a
banning this spell.
We're gonna go behind the bar and root through all the alcohol
I think I will
and
say-
whatnot.
Kai, do you
As
have
soon
to
as you
know
mess
that
with the
spell?
system, Welby, you are expelled from behind the bar.
It was clearly the gnome. I think we have to pin this on him.
sorry, did you say something?
What?
Sound like you were going to say something.
Oh, well, I don't see anything by the counter. Where whoever it was clearly cleared some models up to climb and get the item. But I was thinking,
Right.
none of the locks were broken, right?
No.
So they either A, had a key, or B, had a magical means to get in and out.
Yep. Or they hid the entire night, I suppose.
That's also entire. Or they could have put a illusion of the orb still being there, grabbed it during the night, and then left.
I mean, no, she said the orb wasn't there when she started doing the preparation.
Oh, the next day, but she had also worked the night and said it had still been here. If the person was here that stole it during the night, they could have. Actually, that's way too much work.
Yeah, I mean, they'd have to be the last person to close for that
Yes.
to work.
Unless they were invisible. I'm gonna cast Detect Evil and Good.
Okay.
Are there any aberrations, celestial, elemental, fey, fiend, or undead within 30 feet of me?
Several.
Oh gosh. Okay, what are they, and where are they? Because
A number of
Yeah,
the
my
hen,
radar.
a number of the hens are glowing fey.
Okay.
A rather attractive-looking young woman at the end of the bar is glowing celestial. Shiny golden hair. A rather handsome man, now that you look over towards the corner booth, as he sits near an ice block, steam rises around him, and he's glowing elemental. This might be a fire ganassi who really shouldn't be here.
Yeah. Is the celestial wearing any sun-adorning vestments or anything like that?
No.
Or are they just an
She
Azamar?
she is just an Azamar.
Just an
Just an Azamar. Oh.
Just an Azamar cosplaying as Xena. No, there's a lot of leather in her outfit.
Hey, don't they know it's cold down here?
I don't think she cares. Either that or she likes it.
That's fair. I don't think this place is unhallowed or anything like that.
I presume
Does
that's
anyone
why your
know-
eyes started glowing.
Yeah. Do you know any magic to detect magic? By any chance?
Right, yeah, that's a thing I can do, which I totally did know. I've just been saving it until you asked me to do it. Right, gonna do it any second now. Any second now. About 10 minutes later.
You know what? I shouldn't be giving this to you.
For some reason, I can't remember how this spell works. No.
Your spell fizzles and everyone laughs at you.
Not
So
again.
suddenly nuke it. Never mind.
I'm a
And we never took another job again.
Right. So, presumably
There is
takes a while.
There is a faint glow of illusory magic that starts near those shelves and leads out the door.
Alright, so, wind's a bit weird over here. It's kind of like hiding shit. You know how difficult it is to, like, see wind in a bar where there's no window? Window. Anyway, I think,
I'm not
yeah,
going there
so-
with you. I'm not following you there.
Hi, what do your elf
Who the
eyes
fuck are
see?
you? Why do you keep talking to me?
It's Frigid Martha, and she's like, no. We will not have puns in this bar.
Oh, so that's
It is
our punishment.
quite a... You beat me to it.
Have you found something?
Yeah, it's fucking...
One could say that was ice cold.
Chris, what do you call it when you try to hide shit with magic and like, make things appear when they aren't that what they actually
Illusion?
are? You're right, illusion shit. It's illusion shit over here. Goes from
Okay.
here, and they walk the path of the illusion magic to here. Is that helpful?
Sorry. Did you want me to do something?
I don't know. I've just been communicating.
Does anyone?
I thought you'd like to know.
Okay.
Oh right, well that means it's a spellcaster who did sit in here, which kind of narrows it down. I mean, actually in this town,
Oh, there's a. Oh, I see what. Oh, okay.
or a magical artifact.
Sorry, I was distracted. I missed some of that. I'm not gonna lie.
Who are
Chris
you
was
looking at
looking
this
at
time?
the
There are no
Aasimar
books.
in the Xena cosplay.
Yeah, there are no books
Yeah.
here.
I was thinking about other things. But yes, I was distracted by the Xena cosplayer. Okay, so sorry. Just completely, not gonna lie, completely disassociated there for a second. What illusion magic? What are we looking at? That's all I caught was illusion magic. I don't know what was being looked at.
So I think didn't he say it was from the?
Sorry. I literally
No,
I got.
I'm sorry. I'm just laughing at Anika's blatantly ignoring all of this. So there was
I'm
illusion
assuming
magic
we're waiting
from
for
the.
another in-character explanation.
Oh, was that in
He-
character?
Yeah, Kai said, what does it mean when you use magic to hide something? What kind of magic is that?
Yeah,
And I
there's
said
like a,
illusion, and that's all I know.
there's a trace of like illusion magic spell sheet over here, and it leads to the door, I presume.
Okay.
Correct. It does lead to the door.
To
Just
the
It's a
door
little past the door.
and past the door.
Well, we should probably follow it. Said
It ends.
Sam, leading the party to the objective.
Oh, it does end.
You.
It does not end.
Oh. Would have been important to know. You said, and a bit past the door, and I assumed it end.
That's weird, right? I mean, although you would think that illusion magic plays a huge part of this whole bar.
You
Well,
would?
what if they were invisible?
What if
Oh
you
yeah,
were
right, that'd
invisible?
be an illusion.
That would be. I think.
So then they could take it, cover it, it'd be invisible. No one would see them leave, and they slip out.
So there's a trail there. Should we follow that?
Absolutely.
Oh right, okay. I kind
We're
of neglected
adventurers.
mentioning it was a trail. It is actually a trail.
Why, yes. Yes, it is. So proud of you.
Stop sassing me, God.
Yeah, God, stay out of it.
Look, do you want God to tell you where this trail leads, or are we just gonna go, oh, look, a trail?
I mean, I assumed eventually the God has to tell us where it leads because we follow
Chris
it.
doesn't see the
No, we
trail,
actually
so
have just
she has
reached-
to trust
No,
her
we
party
have to wait
members
for Kai to lead
away.
us.
Yeah,
Also,
we just reached
are you
the
bringing
end.
Welby?
Yes.
I think that is the most in unison our party has ever been. Are you bringing Welby? Yes.
Yes.
I want to become a
20
sleeper.
sessions of PTSD.
Sorry, what was that?
But what if I want to become a sleeper?
We'll leave you
Let's
here
not-
after we finish the quest.
That is
You'll
how
have more
Welby
fun as a
retires.
sleeper when we find the rock.
Welby, is that enough to convince you?
What? Oh no, I was just talking out of character.
I assume there are multiple recastings of Detect Magic.
I
Because
would-
every 10 minutes.
Every 10 minutes you need to stop. For 10
Take
minutes.
another 10 minutes, god damn it.
We're slowly, so slowly leapfrogging our way through the city. Do you take a break at some point, or are you just recasting? Because you're going into a district you haven't been to before, more towards the ocean front.
Ah, the ocean. Yes, like where that locket was from. Mysterious.
Do we still have that?
Very.
Yeah, we still have that.
No.
Welby
it, was
has it.
it was given to a guildmaster to discover who the maker was.
Oh, well,
So
I
you-
guess.
So which were underwater breathing. Anyway,
Well, you'd think that if somebody
God you
hadn't
have a
prepared
druid.
water breathing.
Oh my! Tell us more about these wonderful spells you prepared.
Oh god, for once I was smart. I don't have Dispel Magic, so we don't need that.
I mean, but I
have
do.
water
I have
breathing.
Dispel Magic.
you follow the trail into a previously undiscovered area of the city to you.
Alright, everyone, so there's ocean here, and I'm slightly paranoid by all the shit that's happened to us by now. So just kind of gather close, and I'm gonna, I don't know, bop your nose or something, and then you can breathe underwater, I think. I've never done this before, so...
Well, I mean, if you
Do
say
we think
it
we're
works.
gonna go swimming? Does the trail lead into the water?
I don't know, I'm just very scared of like a water elemental thingy, like one of the bars just popping up and trying to drown us.
I mean, that's entirely fair, and on top of that, I've already been burned alive, so I would prefer to just take the precautions.
You can still be frozen to death.
That's not helping.
Sorry, yeah, I noticed.
So the trail leads towards an abandoned-looking warehouse on the waterfront.
So maybe I was paranoid.
So
Well, I mean, at least we have it for 24 hours now.
Ooh.
We'll never drown again.
Famous last words. Alright, so you are ritual casting in front of a warehouse.
Not in front of a warehouse once we enter the district.
I mean, the entire district is warehouses. Where are you ritual casting?
Okay, I am casting in front of a warehouse, not the warehouse.
Not the warehouse. Okay.
Yes.
It
Glad
leads
we've got
into
that behind us.
No,
Are there any people on the street while we're walking?
Yes. There's day laborers,
Suspicious.
carts, people moving goods and sundry.
Which guards? Are they guards we know? Is it the guard captain? Is it our best friend, Beatrice?
It is not Beatrice, I'm sorry.
If I had sending, I'd be like, yo, Beatrice, come help us out.
Unfortunately, you already used all of those, okay?
I know!
No, it's, as far as you're concerned, unnamed red shirt guards. Should you want someone to sacrifice, you know, I haven't given them a last name.
Would it help? Should we get the guards involved if we may need the legal side of the law, at least to watch, so they know we didn't do it any wrongdoing. We can't just, like, break into someplace, right?
What if we do something wrong, though?
Then we're probably gonna have to explain to Beatrice that we were doing it for the right reasons.
Beatrice won't care. Wait, Beatrice?
Well, yeah. Oh, I thought I cast the sending spell. Oh, Beatrice from the previous
for
town
some
got
reason
transferred here is now captain of the guards.
Oh, interesting. For some reason I stepped out of the library and I suddenly have weird memory gaps.
Oh, it's okay. I also referenced this right when I got back to the delivery company, and I said, hey, I met Beatrice. My stuff got stolen. I got paid for it. It was a whole thing.
I'm an animal sometimes, and they have weird brains.
That is
I think
fair,
I was a horse at the time.
And then I also got very big.
You did.
Anyways, maybe it might... maybe not. Alright, to obey the law or be an adventurer?
I mean, I'm against the law just generally, as I don't think they're actually going to help, and if we want to try and find the thing, I have no idea how that actually works, but I don't think they're just going to let us march into, like, this conveniently
We could
popped-up
ask them
warehouse.
to get Beatrice, and she might let us.
She won't. Off of feeling she won't.
Do I get the feeling that Beatrice would be okay with letting us kind of not run amok, but like if we said, hey, we're following a lead of a stolen item, and the trail led here?
I mean, she might as well be to arrest him.
I mean, Beatrice is still looking to transfer back home, so she probably wants to keep her record nice and clean. So more likely, Beatrice is going to go, I'm going to pretend you didn't ask me this, and I'm going to go back to drinking my beer. Have a
Okay,
good day.
so she wouldn't care regardless.
No, she just doesn't want to hear about it. Plausible
Wonderful.
deniability. Go play.
Okay. Yeah, maybe we shouldn't tell Beatrice.
I mean, it's something. Well, one of my dads always liked to say. The other one hated it when he said it, but it's always better to ask forgiveness than permission.
I know that one actually. I always use that with Kavra.
Right? So we should keep going.
Yep. All right.
Otherwise,
Oh, we're standing in front of it.
right,
Yeah.
right.
Um,
We're here already.
What do the
might
doors
as
look
well.
like? Are they locked? Are they chained? Do I need to fireball it?
I mean, fireball is always the right answer.
Yeah,
But
if only I had level 3
Is
spell
it?
slots.
they don't look locked. They look like they're sagging and sad and half.
Oh,
Again, semi-abandoned. Or at least looks abandoned.
well, last time we came across a door, I barreled in. I'm not going to do that this time. Chris, how would you like to do it?
Barrel through a door?
Well, last time, in the town, I barreled through the door, made all the noise.
Right. I think I would. First of all, Kai, is there magic on the door? Did we detect anything on the door itself?
It's a good question, God.
There is the same faint trail of illusion magic on the door.
Apart from the illusion stuff, nothing.
Well, I will try to open the door.
The door opens.
Hey, look at that.
So this might be the wrong time to say that, but do we want to scout it out beforehand?
It does
Like around the door?
squeak on its hinges as you push it open.
Shit.
Well,
Maybe next time.
are we trying to be sneaky? Because
We failed.
We've already screwed that up, probably.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was under no pretense that we were going to be sneaky, as I'm having a hard time walking in this armor.
What can be
Let's say,
spider?
if you want Sam to make stealth checks, he makes them at disadvantage.
Oh, yeah. I also make strength checks at disadvantage.
Yep. And dex checks, I believe.
Yep.
Hopefully you don't have to dodge any
jeez.
fireballs.
Yup.
Well, I guess,
May as well just walk in.
Chris sort of peeks her head, yeah. Chris sort of peeks her head in and looks around and sees what she can see before, like, cautiously walking in.
There's a guillotine blade in the door.
Yeah.
No, there isn't. It's a regular door leading into an empty-looking warehouse. At least on this floor, there are more floors in this case, with an open area to stack crates higher. It's very dark and it's very dusty.
I'm used to being around dusty books. I don't
You look around for the crystal ball, see if it's.
Now, does the trail lead towards the upstairs? Does it lead towards a box?
So this illusion magic is just crisscrossing here everywhere and sort of fades out a little. It's not so much that it fades out as in you can't see it anymore. It just becomes like a pervasive glow.
I'm real sad I didn't get a long rest. Because I could have cast a spell magic.
So sad.
I can actually cast a spell magic at this point. Because I have all my spell slots.
Does it look like an active spell?
Roll me an intelligence check.
Ah, shit. Boys, that's a dirty 20.
A dirty 20. Yes
The wind
and no.
whispers to me.
Yes and no. It is more powerful than an aura left behind after a spell fades, but it is not strong enough for something that is actively being cast. Almost like someone is shedding magic.
Would the stone be illusion magic?
You don't know.
Does anybody know if the stone would be illusion magic?
I'm based on what the description of the stone and everything that had happened, or that we know about it.
It's
is
more
there
likely
anything...
enchantment.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, would I be able to infer? What am I able to kind of details am I able to infer about this stone?
Yeah, it's if you're gonna start looking for magical auras to look for this stone, you're going to be looking for either enchantment or maybe conjuration. You're not sure how the cold fits in. But the main suspect would be enchantment, considering it puts people to sleep, which is in fact an enchantment spell.
Right.
So who are in the warehouse right now?
I know Pris is.
I am.
Is it
Where's
nobody?
everyone hanging out, basically?
Is the map up in Roll20?
No, but I'll make one for next week. I'm just sort of asking, looking from the door into a roughly rectangular area.
I would say that since Pris was the first in, she would have gone in probably at least 5 or 10 feet inside the door.
Okay.
After peeking through.
Yeah,
I'd
Sam's
probably
probably
next to-
back towards the door.
Kai probably next to Pris.
Welby would probably walk up like to the first, if there's like any storage containers or anything, and see if there's anything in them.
Okay. This is great. And I don't mean that in a good way.
Oh dear.
So, Welby, as you're rummaging through one of these crates, with your fellow party members, just a little distance away, I rolled really well, and you get critical sneak attacked by an unseen assailant. Basically, right into kidneys, because I rolled an actual 20.
Oof. Do we see? Is it like a ranged attack or is it like a close range attack?
You don't actually see the attack. You just sort of hear Welby. Well, I don't know what Welby sounds like when he loses a kidney, but I imagine it's not good.
Laughing.
Hang on, I can do math. I lied, I can't do math. I double the die for 21 points of damage.
Cool. I'm not dead.
You see blood splatter, and and you briefly see a dagger flash. You see Welby slump down on the floor.
Right.
You.
I'm going.
Now, I'm assuming getting a kidney shot while you're upside down in a crate is enough to at least knock you off your feet. It won't say you're mechanically prone.
Because I'm damaged, I can Misty Step.
Okay. Where do you step to?
Let's get closer to Sam.
Right. You misty step towards Sam. And you hear a kind of high-pitched voice going, "Ugh, stop following me!" And that's where we're going to end it for tonight.
Well, shit.
Cool. Great. Love that.
I rolled really low on my damage dice after that crit, so at least you got lucky there. I got a whole bunch of 2s.
Wonderful. We're about to add murder to our list of crimes.
I'm so glad you do not use the max and then roll again crit rolls.
I know. I try not to because as a DM, I will drop people. I don't usually roll bad on damage.
If that is how we would have done this, I would have just played an assassination rogue where every sneak attack is an automatic crit, and then you're like, aha! You see that boss? They're not here anymore.
I mean...
That's just when I start using crit immune enemies. But anyway, let's go around, tell people who we are, where you can find us, and your favorite moment of the day. Reverse order from the start, Swapper.
I'm Swapper. That surprised me. And you can find me here every Wednesday, as well as every second and fourth Wednesday. No, wait, that might be wrong.
Alright, talk about City of Shadows, because that's second and fourth.
No, we changed
it.
a bit. Every
Why?
first and
You always get it wrong.
January was a weird month for all of us in many regards. Every first and third Saturday of the month. So
I tried to play games with
Saturday...
Eva. Pick a Sunday and stick to it.
It's not either. So every first and third Saturday. God, Anik, don't confuse me.
That's literally my job.
No, it isn't. We are playing City of Shadows, a D&D 5e urban campaign, and we're back with vampires. So kind of fitting, kind of not. Apart from that, you can find me on Twitter under @GreatSimplicity, and that was it. My favourite moment of the session was calligraphy, the moth, paper moth thing.
So cute.
Chris finally got her pet.
Alright. Graham, it's your turn.
Hi, everybody.
I
My
already
name is
did
Graham.
your name and didn't even say it was your turn yet.
Well, I did swappers. Hi, everybody. My name is Graham, or Graham Crackers. You can find me on my own Twitch channel every Friday. And starting next Tuesday is episode 1 of a brand new campaign that I'm DMing, where I will be DMing 2 new campaigns set in the same world at the same time, with 2 complete different casts. That is going to be at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard, and the alternating Tuesdays are at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard. You can also find me on Fridays at my own channel in the Goldshine Investigations, where I play Geharis Nervos, a tiefling Oath of Conquest paladin who is stuck in the Plane of Nightmares right now. Outside of that, every other Saturday, you can find me at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard on Polished Cryptids D&D channel, where I play Mavrin Minados, the tiefling I'm not a tiefling paladin. I'm a tiefling sorcerer warlock, who may have made a deal with an aboleth and may also be the baddie, you know. Outside of that, you can find me every Wednesday here, playing an Uncaged with this wonderful cast. And outside of that, you can also find me on Twitter, which is at GrahamCrackers1. So I also have a poll going up for what video game series you want to see me play. So vote. It's a 4-way tie, I think.
Oh, wow. That's wild. Wait, do you do your favorite moment?
Nope. My favorite moment
Sneaky.
was Wilfred, Sir Wilfred, and the bunch of squirrels that they were educating.
The collective is learning. Always. Wild.
Right. Yes, hello, I'm Wild, or at Wild Engineer on Twitch and Twitter. You can find me, aside from here, on Saturdays, on Weave the Tale in the afternoon, what time is it? I think like 6 Eastern for Fate of Cthulhu, where I am playing an average Joe who actively dreamwalks. That's a fun one. And also, I'm on a podcast you can check out, Powered by the Players, where we are playing Crossroads Carnival. Yeah, so that's where you can find me. And I think my favorite part of today, I don't know if it's canon, but I think it's canon. It's probably canon. Is the all the awesome meet cutes that happen in the library with Sam and Kai.
It's in Twitch chat. It's probably canon. That's how it works, right? I
Yep,
think
always.
That didn't count the chat.
I think it counts. Lady Dame.
It's me. Hi, I'm Lady Dame. You can find me everywhere on the internet that's important at the Lady Dame. I am here on Wednesdays and Uncaged, obviously, and I am also in a podcast called Of Black Glass, and that's produced through Off the Table. We have episodes that come out every other Sunday. We just had episode 6 come out this past Sunday, and it's starting to get real good. There's a lot of drama that just happened, and it's only gonna get more emotional and gayer from here on out. I am also a late night variety streamer over on my own channel. I stream 9 p.m. Pacific, Saturday through Monday currently. Saturday, I am the host of the infamous Smutty Saturday. This week, we're going to be joined by Dax and Friday afternoon tea for some Star Trek smut. So tune in for that. It's going to be a good time.
I love Star Trek.
I know. And let's see, what else have I got going on? I'm reading on Sundays. I read Planet Stories, which are 1950s pulp fiction that just came into the public domain, short stories. So that's been really fun. And then I'm also playing Tacoma on Monday nights, or at least I'm playing the second half of Tacoma this upcoming Monday. Let's see, what else have I got going on? I don't think I have the only streamed game I think I have coming up right now that I know of that I can remember is my own at the end of the month, March 27th on a Saturday at, I have to double check what time. I think it's 10 a.m. Pacific. I will be running a game of the Farscape TTRPG for charity. We're going to be raising money for Girls Who Code. I have a really rad cast, including, for those of you who are unfamiliar, and have my twin sister will be playing in that game. So along with some other really fabulous people, the cast will be announced shortly on my Twitter soon. So keep an eye out for that, as well as for the incentives and milestones. We've got some giveaway stuff planned, so it'll be a good time, especially if you like weird alien sci-fi, which is what Farscape is, and it's my favorite. So yeah. Oh, favorite moment. I'm mad because y'all took mine. But probably like the cool Dreamer Bar ice cave thing was really rad, little odd, but like kind of in a cool way. I sort of dug it. Anyway, yeah.
I mean, I'd hang out there if it was real.
Right?
Throw on your thermals, drink cocktails until you forget you're freezing. Perfect. Anyway, hello, my name is Anik. You can find me on Twitter at Anikster. I'm terrified of technology, so I stream on other people's channels, so you're not going to find me on Twitch. I will give bonus points to Lady Dame for supporting Girls Who Code, because despite being scared of technology, I'm a girl who codes, and it's a very valid option for anyone who makes a decent amount of money while wearing track pants at home. I can heartily recommend it. Stream-wise, I mean, most of my March things have happened. So I'm gonna be here every Wednesday leading these people. But then for April, I still need to plan some stuff, but I'm running indie games on Graham's channel right there with the face. And then
Just conveniently forget.
Yep. It's fine, I'll do it myself. You made me do everything. No, after that, I don't have any set plans for anything streamed. I just have a lot of things I really want to run, so I'm just gonna bother my friends and ask people to let me play things on their channels with people, because I want to run Fasten and Moriatama and stuff. So, you know, at least I have people who can run tech, so keep an eye on my Twitter, and your Discord mailboxes might be hitting you up to play on your channel. Favorite moment. I really liked sneak attacking Welby. Not gonna lie. It was a good time. I'm standing by it. So we'll see you back here next week. See what they find. Who finds them? What finds them? The usual. Good night, everybody.
Of course, we do need to do the warm fuzzies.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Those warm
yeah,
fuzzies.
I
only
know,
have-
this was just a test to see if we forgot.
The thing is, I'm going to try and open it again because I opened it on the break, and instead of a legible drive document, I have weird hieroglyphs all along the left side of the page, and it's completely crashed for me. Again,
I mean,
it did
I
this 2
think
weeks
I
ago.
remember the list off
Yeah.
memory now.
It did. I think Mir updated it.
Oh,
Shit.
shoot.
But some people are like regular customers, right? We can start with those.
Yeah.
Well, maybe if I open it in Firefox, it'll work.
Oh, maybe. Because we have the original OG Ofrebe, Deborah, Christine,
Belchavez.
Strix,
Yeah.
gosh, who-
L Street Gaming?
L Street Gaming.
That's right, L!
What else? I think that might be it. There might be one more name that I'm forgetting.
Christina? Did we-
I said Christina.
No,
you
it was either Deborah or Deborah. I can never remember
I already
which
said
one.
that one.
Yeah, but I did. Which one did you pick this time?
Deborah.
Hmm.
Because we did Deborah last time.
Fair. Did we? How do you remember this,
how
but
do
not what
you-
we did?
Are you bullshitting
I'm really
us?
good with names. I'm sorry.
Look, this.
When I was in high school, I remembered all 320 people that were in my class by name.
What is wrong with you?
I
Today
just
I leant
cannot
over
remember
to my
small
classmate and
minute
asked who the fuck was just talking.
I don't know. I'm just really good with names.
Nope, this is not.
That's creepy. I think you got all of them, but then again, I am terrible with names
I'm
and people.
trying to open this in Firefox because
Do you
Google
wait?
is
Where
just
can I
giving
find
me
the list?
hieroglyphs.
Maybe I can pull it
It's
up.
in the DMN Showrunner Expectations, and there's a link to it. Right.
I'm sorry to have started this, but it needs to be done.
No, I know.
Oh, it's in the stream tracker as well. But it's not. Oh!
While we're looking,
It worked in Firefox. We have
Hooray.
Belchavez, L Street
Belchavez,
Gaming,
L Street
Rico,
Rico!
Deborah. I'm
Deborah!
sticking, and Blessed Alua.
Blessed
Blessed Alua has joined the Warm Fuzzies.
Yay!
There, this is why
Yeah.
we needed this list.
It's true.
To be
Alright,
fair,
next
that
week
one
I'm
we
just gonna
couldn't
open it. Next time I'm
remember.
just gonna open it in Firefox from the start.
when we're not like messing up the Worms Fuzzies, come join our Patreon. There's some really cool stuff on there. Lots of like behind the scenes DM planning stuff, some IMRPs from the Fates Chosen campaigns, and I think there's a couple of other ones from the other
Yeah, a
campaigns,
couple
but most
first on.
Yep. Fates Chosen, Deathkeeper, all of that. But there's some really cool content on there. Also, if you are at the Warm Fuzzies level, you get to get shouted out in every session, and we have quite
Yes.
a few. sticking around
Usually
for-
in an entirely disorganized fashion. Let's be perfectly honest.
generally.
We are
Yeah.
not the worst here.
We are
Also,
not.
you enable us to do this shit.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's not encouraging, is it?
You pay for this beautiful artwork too.
True.
Yes.
Yes.
It helps anyway, for sure.
Yes.
All right.
It's when my party first went, oh no, the DM has art and it's not her. There's a big bad in this game? Oh no. Look at that sexy blue tongue. Anyway, currently dealing with other matters. We're going to be back here next week.
Yes, we
barring
will.
disasters. Bye-bye.
Gonna get in
Bye-bye.
combat. Gonna get to cast spells again. I've got one person prepared, and I can't wait to do